Yo, what's up, bro? Fucking light, dude. Damn, I'm lit, dude. Ring, 2000 ring. Oh yeah, I wanted to play this. Now they have solos. Look, just like I always play Fortnite solos, dude. They have it fucking solos now, dude. Yo, what up? Crystal smells. That's funny, dude. Damn, it took them this long to come out with this shit, bro, with them solos, dude. They never had solos, dude. Yo, what up? Oh yeah, Q Army, dude. What's up, Oopie? You exposed Tranvil. That's hilarious, dude. Chilling, bro. I'm good, dude. What's up with you, bro? At least you didn't go to jail, shit. Thought you were gonna go to jail. Bro, these people are smoking meth. That dude Skelly was smoking meth with VP all night. Just, I don't know about fucking motor mouth, dude. That's meth mouth. Fuck no, you're not.
Those are hostiles jumping in, so find them and smoke check them. Updates to follow.
Look, solos, dude. They can't believe they didn't have this. Like on Fortnite, I like playing solos, dude. I'll do way better, dude. And then fucking, they didn't even have it until fucking this last Tuesday, dude. This shit's gonna be sick, dude. This shit's pretty much unplayable unless you have team members, you know what I mean? And I don't have no team members, so that's like on Fortnite, dude. I just play solos. Fucking win all the time. Oh shit. Look. Look. Lay down, coward.
Got some mission updates.
Oh shit,
Do
another.
what we can.
Oh yeah, dude, that dude was trying to get me, dude. Got caught headshot. This shit's not all as laggy as it was before. This shit was bad before, bro.
Got a new mission for you. Details on your map.
Bullshit. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right. Yeah. He's on he must have been acting mental or something because they put him on community what is it? No, pretrial services. Well, they put everybody on that. Pretrial services. For a misdemeanor, bro, his bond was like fucking like $10, dude, or some shit, dude.
Check your mission.
Pretrial services is dumb, dude. It's like being on probation, dude, and you're not even, like, you're still not found guilty yet. Like, it's so stupid. Yeah. That shit's dumb.
Your mission is up. Marked on your map. Got a mil-spec laptop nearby. Secure it. Start the download.
Oh, I hate this fucking building.
Toxic blades inbound. Watch your route. Here we go. Download started. Now watch your six until the drive's ready. Alright, heads up. I'm sending in the drone. Now hustle that data over to the extraction point.
Yeah, me too, man. I always look for different shit, bro. you fucking piece of shit. Fuck, dude. You fucking piece of shit, man. You fucking camping piece of shit, bro. Hiding up there, dude. What a coward, bro. Rome blocked you.
You're out. Better luck next time.
Why is that dude always in the hospital, bro? He's always posting pictures like he's in the hospital, dude. What the fuck's wrong with that dude? Oh yeah, doesn't he have cancer or some shit? Like, damn, dude. Yeah, he's always saying like, I have a few days to live or some shit. Oh shit, dude. Damn, dude, yeah. Gamble was scared of that dude. That's funny, dude. That's sad, dude. Gamble was shitted by that dude. Shitted, bro. Yeah, dude, he said he was from a gang. Remember what gang did he say he was from? Crips or some shit? He said he was a Crip. Mango kombucha, dude. It's alright, dude. I like the berry ginger one. That one's better, dude. The one more clear ones. Shit's like cloudy, dude. He's in Michigan? I thought he was in Cali. He moved or what? What happened? I thought he was in Long Beach or some shit. Fuck. He moved. That's funny.
Easy approaching. Your priority is to secure intel, take out hostiles, and complete all missions thrown at you. Don't drag your ass. Stand by to jump.
Does he still talk to that monkey man loser? That dude's a creep, dude. That dude don't even have fucking teeth, dude. Monkey man's a bitch, dude. That dude's a straight up legit chomo, dude. Where at? He was yelling at him? That's funny. Snaggletooths. Oh shit. Bro, how many hits can you take from this? Lay down, bitch. Don't ever think you can step to a revolver like that, bro. Ooh, see that? Did you see that shit? That shit was crazy, dude.
Alright, missions just got posted. Have a look and knock out what you can.
Oh yeah, M16. dude right here.
Got a new mission ready.
Bullshit, dude. Yeah, right, bro. Oh yeah, remember Katz was saying that? Katz was coming in here, he's all the FBI. Oh, he's all, don't be surprised when the FBI starts looking for you. Remember? Empty threats, dude. It's always empty threats, dude. FBI for what? I haven't even, like, you have to actually do something to be wanted by the FBI, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? That's hilarious, dude.
Mission is up. Marked on your map.
Lay your ass down, motherfucker. This is a new gun. I've never used it. That new. This is that SMG that's on Resident Evil 7 when you're on the ship. You have that Russian SMG. Broken. That's hilarious, dude.
The heat is coming in fast. Watch your sector. Heads up. Check your map for new mission details.
That fucking coward. Yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right, bro. It's bullshit, dude. They don't say shit now. And when,
Regroup for the next stop.
and when they do say shit, they fucking they delete the messages. Shit's pretty good. Advertising a movie called Supergirl, and it's a dog with a cape, only in theaters. Something, oh, DC Studios. They're scared. Gamble tells everybody, don't talk about him, don't talk about him. Like, they're so desperate to make sure that, like, they think I want attention, dude. Shit is so funny, bro. That's their cope. Their cope of them running away and backing down and not being able to accomplish anything. Instead of acknowledging that, they cope and say, I just don't want to give them the time of day. Come on, bro. You're obsessed. You're still on alts. You're still saying shit just like Katz exposed him for. Oh, I know. That shit's hilarious, dude. Cats. Look at Cats. What happened with Cats? He told Oni that he was losing his mind, remember? He said he was paranoid at Discord. He said Discord was... He was paranoid of Discord leaking into his real life. And look what ended up happening, bro. Your worst fear, dude. You told me your worst fear, bro, and then I made it come true. He told me his worst fear, dude. Never tell your enemy your worst fear, bro. Said he couldn't sleep at night. He was high on meth. He was going psychotic, losing his mind. He would just meth mouth, ramble, mumble. You couldn't even hear him. Oh, forget it, mate. That's how he sounded, dude. That chick's a catfish, bro. She's a catfish like fuck too, Kyla. She's a catfish, bro. She looks nothing like, dude. Nothing like how she actually looks, dude. She looks nothing like that, bro. They're mad as fuck, dude. Bro, Gamble's so mad, dude. Gamble's so fucking mad, dude. It's funny, man. He's pissed, dude. That dude clumsy, dude. He sleeps all day while his wife's at work. His wife works at Dion's, bro. He was wearing a Dion's hat last night, dude. What a fucking weirdo, dude. Bro, do you know how much of a weirdo you have to be be wearing a Dion's hat, dude? That's a restaurant over here in Albuquerque, dude, where they have pizzas and subs and salads, dude, and they've been around for a long ass time, bro. They're like a locally owned chain that's only in New Mexico, dude. I think only in Albuquerque, bro. And he was wearing a hat, dude, and all that works there is all high schoolers, dude, all teenagers, all are basically they hire. That's like their main, like that's their like thing, dude. They aim to mainly hire teenagers, dude. And he was wearing a hat from there, dude, on his stream last night, dude, wearing a Dion's hat. It's like a red hat with a yellow D with a of their like that's their logo or whatever the fuck, dude. That's some weird shit, man. Damn, look, a missile. Oh, that's the missile strike thing, dude. Oh, that's a new thing, dude. I haven't seen that. Lay down, fucking coward. See what happens? See what the fuck happens, bro?
Drop the ball on this one. Take it off and get back in.
What the fuck is that sound? Cuck X. Cuck X. Oh yeah, I know, that's funny, dude. And Cats is a straight cuck, dude. That dude's straight cuck, dude.
Red zone's closing in. You'll be compromised if you don't move it.
Her mom's schizophrenic.
Heads up. You got a new mission incoming. Check your briefing.
Thongs and Dragons. What the hell is that? Damn, bro, I can't believe Andros faked his death, dude. That's crazy, dude.
Check your missions. Get some bolt cutters and that resupply will be all yours. Make good use of it.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to do that shit. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, shit! You little piece of shit, dude. Oh, look at that fucking sniper, dude. Oh, that hit him! Fucking bitch. See that shit? That was crazy.
Bound over to that location.
That was sick, dude. Toto? Oh, I know. That dude's a chomo, dude. That dude got exposed for being a chomo. She has nobody. Everybody that she knows is just some creep, some pedophile on Discord, bro.
This one slipped through.
Damn, look at this view. Imagine seeing that. The fire just coming in like that. Solos is sick on here. It's way better to play than some fuckers that don't even have a mic. They're not even fucking saying shit. Oh, look at this, dude. A missile strike. Look. Look, I'll send a missile somewhere, dude. Look. Look, there's people over there. Look. Look, this sends in a fucking missile, dude. Like a cruise missile, bro. Look. Look. Bro, look. Look.
Mark, fucking send it.
Roger that. Ordnance in.
Look.
Walk 'em in.
Look. The fuck? That didn't even get close, dude. Oh, look. Look. Oh, what a bitch. Shooting in from behind, dude. Wow, dude. Toto the Chomo. Toto Chomo. Toto Chomo.
You're out. Better luck next time.
That's Toto Chomo, dude. Toto Chomsky. Chomsky. That dude's a creep, dude. She has nobody, dude. Cats. Remember Cats was being he was getting cucked. He got cucked by Oni. That's crazy. Gamble showed his ass to a kid. That's predator shit for real, dude.
Wait, am I your guy? Am I the guy now? I could be. I'm a man.
Oh yeah. There you
Well,
go.
you know, last time I checked,
Nah, nah, nah.
sometimes I'm the girl, sometimes you're a girl, sometimes you're both the girl. You know, we never know.
I'm a girl.
Yeah. What's up,
Yeah.
Frank? Are you riding passenger or are you driving like
on target area. Don't let any of them get out of there alive. I'll send updates as needed.
By me?
This bitch was on meth for 8 hours last night talking to this dude.
Yeah.
Okay, your passenger seat. So like, while your man's driving, what do you have to say? Let's go. What's he doing? Tell him to say hi.
Deployment. Give him hell.
To me, Skilly? He's in the passenger seat.
What are you doing?
Like, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Am I retarded? It's vegan.
Vegan.
Not a retard.
Who is this?
This is vegan patriot.
Who's that?
These fuckers are messed up.
Some people call me George.
Fucking messed
Vegan
up.
Patriot that went viral 5 times. Oh, that vegan patriot. Oh, that vegan patriot. What up, vegan?
Fuck
I'm
you,
George.
motherfucker. Piece of
Pat-
shit.
Allison's
Hi,
day.
George.
Thank you for calling me by my
Hi,
proper
George.
name. Thank you
Well,
so much.
Pac-Man's on here. Pac-Man always tries to come on here and be the moral buzzkill and tell me, Skelly, you could be doing video games, chilling with your homies right now, but instead you're making fun of a bunch of angry old hags. So
Well,
here,
that's pretty bad.
Bunch of old hags.
I don't feel like you're on TV or TV, the internet all the time like that, though, Skelly. You're really fucking actually not.
She thinks she knows people, bro.
no, I think it's just because, like,
Other people are.
every time I stream, people see I'm drinking, so therefore they think I drink every day, and then therefore...
Well, I noticed that with the guys who do what you kind of do, like, and whether they're good at it or not, a lot are, but a lot of guys, like, there are good ones too. That it's like this is like a
Is she
it's
really sick?
It's like the male version of gossip. Like.
Who has she been listening to? She's been listening to what's
But it also can be a little more callous because guys are less like. Not you, Skelly. Actually, you're pretty like empathetic. I can tell. But
Well, hold on,
some guys-
vegan. My question to you right now is like, you know, of course you have the haters that are gonna hate on just what you do on a daily basis, but like, who are you beefing with right now?
Nobody. And if people beef, I ignore it, and that's served me well lately.
Well, I don't watch you, so
I mean, but
therefore I don't know what you're angry about. But like, when I do watch Big T, like you are responding back to her. So like, is that just like a?
Well,
Hands on the wheel.
past the point of return, and right now it's an exposure time period, which is what your role and other people that if we're not being heard.
Stab your
What
ass,
I did when
motherfucker.
I won the trial
How about
was I
that?
walked away, and she couldn't
How about that?
collect onto me anymore, so she started turning in on
Stab
her
the
own,
fuck out of him.
and she ate herself, which is what I expected if I walked away. And then all the other people started eating themselves because I wasn't supposed
Two
to.
hands on the wheel.
And so people were not listening to like her bash me constantly. As you can tell, you're one of those people. You were gone for a while. So like what I'm trying to say is like she's just being seen for who she got a hit from for a little bit again. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm also trying to help with exposing that because I didn't know what people know that I didn't even know it. Like some of you know. You know what I mean?
I know nothing about your court case. All I know is.
No, about Controlla.
All I know is Controlla has had 2 child neglect cases, and she gets mad that people talk about her court cases while they're publicly put out there, but for some reason she talks about yours and acts like it's totally justified.
Well, she actually interfered with it pretty grossly, but we'll talk about that another day. But yeah, it was really gross because it was the way that she got me to respond to her when I otherwise would not have. Does that make sense? Because I was, I didn't pay. You said it. I didn't give a fuck about it. So what she did was literally.
Are you driving?
That's a majority of what I ask all the people. Every single person that is fighting with Big T, I ask them, and not one of them ever introduced themselves to Big T. Big T came into their DMs, she came into their chat, she came into their life, and that's where it all started.
Yep. And if she doesn't get her way, and you see this with I've seen it recently with like Liz or just Jen, like any other people.
She just wants to help you.
Huh?
She just wants to help you.
Yeah, well, that's what she would tell me. Well, she literally one time she messaged me, and and then told me, like, I was actually trying to get her help with therapy, but she said there was therapy and didn't really elaborate and, like, direct me, so I was like, okay, what the fuck?
Hands on
And
the
then,
wheel.
like, huh? Wait, what?
Put your hands on the wheel,
He
please.
keeps telling you to put both hands on the wheel.
I don't drive with both hands on the wheel ever. That is like...
Pac-Man, this is not a Pac-Man interview. This is a vegan interview. Stay out of it, Pac-Man. You got a question? Pac-Man, do you got a question for vegan? Hit it with a hard-hitting question.
I don't know. Hands on the wheel, please.
Oh, I don't drive like that, but I'm actually just trying to figure out where I'm going and make sure that I'm actually, like, in the right direction, but I pulled over into a parking lot, so I'm gonna see where I'm at right now.
Put your phone down.
Huh? I'm actually parking so I can look at my phone because I need to look at my phone. So I'm gonna do that right now. So I was already 5 steps ahead of you, I think. Alright.
I love how there's a bunch of people that are mad at me in the chat, but they left.
Are they?
Yeah, well, they claimed that they were leaving and then they left, but they're still coming back. Just like multiple times.
Well, welcome to my world, man. There you go. That's about right. They're back.
I'm fucking leaving, and then an hour and a half later they're back, bitching me.
Yep, they're manipulative, and they do you know Victoria J don't let me watch any of her content?
She's in the chat.
Oh my god, I love her so fucking much.
That's a man, bro. Victoria J's a fucking man, bro. That's a man.
She's literally one of the most normal.
Oh, normal.
What
the fuck?
Did you say Victoria Rage or Victoria J?
J. Victoria's Rage is like.
No, Victoria Rage is in the chat.
Oh, that's one of. I think he likes her. He hates me though. But Victoria J, the actual like where Victoria's Rage is stemming from. She's really cool. I think he was in chat earlier.
I can do a pulse check. Chat. Put ones in the chat if you love Vegan Patriot. Put twos.
Nobody likes her. Nobody likes her. Nobody likes her. Nobody likes her.
That's what they do. They find
Nobody likes her.
that they can just like harass me in.
Nobody likes her.
Like, you handle it so chill for the most part. Like that's why it's like I literally, like I said, like I don't know. Part of the darkness when I first got into this, I just thought maybe by the way Control was talking about that you were part of the doxing community, and that just scared me. So I was afraid of you. I was afraid of Gamble.
He is part of a
I was afraid
doxing
of other
community.
people, but like honestly, like as things have unfolded,
fuck,
like
dude?
I don't know, man. People really do show their true colors eventually, and some in a good way, some in a bad way. And I feel like you're the opposite of what I thought you were when I first.
Well, Vegan Patriot, to be fair, we're about 15 votes in. We haven't got a one yet. But
No,
15
that
people.
sounds about right. That's what I'm saying.
The twos are strong.
Well, yeah, because that's why you don't interact with the chat unless it's literally like cleared out. The people that like the talk that are good feel terrorized from speaking. That's why I have to make my
Well,
chat.
maybe you're a stronger person as far as like will with me. Like I cage in chat. Because,
I've
like,
always been pretty
if I see the
chill
chat's
and, like,
leaning one way, like if I see the chat's hating on me really bad, like I'll try to like think about like what I'm doing wrong and why the chat's mad at me. And then once I figure out why the chat's at me, I'll try to correct it, maybe apologize, and like go back in.
There's a point where it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. They just submit what they want at you, and that's what I'm trying to make. Like I just don't even acknowledge most of them anymore.
So what do you mean?
Sure,
Like,
I had this phrase on the sky's yellow.
What do you mean? You get to a point where they troll you so hard it doesn't matter if you do bad or good. You don't win.
Well, okay, unless they committed crimes, this is my rules for my chat. Unless they committed crimes against my family, me, my friends, blah, 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 whatever. They...
Come on, bro. That's fucking bullshit, dude.
I do not trust him for shit, but I don't... He respects that there is no spam, there is no doxing, no defamation, nothing that is going to cause a mob to be incited. And those are important rules I have established because it makes the good chatters feel safe to chat. And anyone who donates isn't scared to run off. That's what was going on for a while. People would target the people who help me. Anybody. One of my best donators, oh my god, dude. And one of my friends, like they just, if anybody stood up for me, they got fucked with. Somehow. I mean, Scribble said hi to me and his wife's job got fucked with. I'm just saying, like, it went that deep. And he's not even the biggest fan of me. Anyways, so like, yeah, like, fuck. Alright.
They fucked with that wife because they don't like him, bro. Nobody likes that dude either.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I know. I'm also trying to focus, so this is obviously not going to be the most focused one. You want me to focus on
Two hands on the wheel.
It's like, which is it? You know, I'm doing actually what I'm supposed to be doing. Imagine that. Alright, I need to figure out where the fuck I am, though, before I get wasting
Are you at the point where you're just driving around to find a place to sleep?
No, I have a place to sleep. I was trying to find food. And also, I wanted to see if I could get a beer or a cider, but... And then I was gonna park officially, yes, for the night.
Well, you're in
I think I found...
California, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're not getting any alcohol because they quit selling it at 2.
I thought it was 2:30. Ohio is 2:30.
What?
It's 2:30, I thought.
But what time did they quit selling alcohol in California?
I don't know. I thought it was 2:30. I don't get a lot of alcohol often. So you're making me want a fucking hard cider.
In like 40 states, it's 2 a.m.
Oh, I thought it was 2:30.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out in a second. But either way, I want food. So I'm gonna get food. That's actually what I'm doing right now. Because I've been hungry earlier and I didn't get food. So I'm gonna do that. I don't even know if... I hope I can go in this place. That would be cool. And pick out my...
California quit serving alcohol after 2 a.m.?
Oh God, let me know.
What are we looking at? What kind of food we looking at? A burger?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chicken
I have to see
strips.
what's
Yeah,
available.
it's a nationwide thing that they quit cutting off. They quit selling alcohol.
It's 2:08. How is it 12 minutes ago?
It's
8 minutes ago.
It's
2 a.m. and every state now? It used to be
Jump
different.
window's coming up. You got unknown shooters inbound. Consider everyone down there a
They,
threat.
they only sell alcohol in Santa Cruz, California after 2 a.m.
Oh, really? Luckily, I might be just near there. I'm not. Damn it, I missed out on that. Fuck. I might drive there now.
She went all the way to Santa Cruz to stalk Nick, who she claims she's a victim of.
I don't even know what Santa Cruz is like. I need to find...
You will never make it.
I don't want to. I don't like NorCal at all. This is as far north as I like. I don't like LA either, but I actually like there's a lot. I learned different parts of California when I was very familiar. I like them. But this was always kind of my escape when I would stress about a test or I had issues with like whatever.
Fucking delusional,
with work
dude.
or something, and
A
I just had to
test.
Get away, or like one
What
time I
test? A
left
test
my
for
car,
what?
And I had a rental car for like 6 months because it was during 2021. Anyway, basically I like to drive.
Come
to,
on,
like,
bitch.
The Valencia area.
Valencia.
And just kind of like I would take my dogs and it was my scene. It made me happy. So I've been going, but I don't know. I didn't know NorCal like that until fucking Sacramento. I really felt like Ohio.
So unless you're in Las Vegas,
Oh yeah, and then she says Sacramento's like Ohio, dude. That shit's nothing like Ohio,
So
dude.
did something change recently?
That shit is nothing like Ohio, bro. There's no palm trees in fucking Ohio, bro. The fuck?
and then in some southern states you can't buy hard alcohol
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. I don't know then. I literally am so confused by that because maybe my strip club was just doing its own thing because they served till 2:30.
Listen,
But
vegan
I
Patriots,
thought it was Ohio.
that was a strip club.
No, it wasn't. It was literally like 13 years ago.
13 years ago.
The big difference. No. Literally no.
This chick is retarded, dude.
13.
Yeah. That's a full 7 years less than 20. That's a lot.
Lay your ass down,
That's two
punk.
high school age groups, by the way. Alright, what do I want to get? It's a question.
Yeah, they said you can't buy alcohol until
Hell yeah, OP.
When does it get cut off?
They said you can't buy alcohol until 7 a.m. in Texas.
Well, I
But
mean,
when does it
you
get
can
cut
find a
off? 2 a.m.
bootlegger.
literally everywhere. But where does everywhere else allow you to get alcohol then in the morning? What is it?
No, I mean, you gotta find a bootlegger.
You gotta
Yeah,
find
find a
that
bootlegger.
bootlegger. Shut the fuck up.
Well, is it just liquor or is it any alcohol?
Any alcohol.
No,
Well,
Any-
shit, I never want to drink.
You got plenty of
that's what I tell myself every day.
No, I don't. Out. Alright, out. I suppose that
I don't know.
Get the fuck outta
you
here,
gotta find
bro.
A bootlegger.
How do I
You
do
can find it
that?
on,
Fuck you. Look at this dude.
on
Offer up?
Piece of
Facebook.
shit.
Marketplace.
What do I look for? What do I look for? I don't know even where to start. Hello, sir. I don't know who you are, but can you give me some alcohol? Like it's 1923.
All I gotta say is that you gotta find a bootlegger. That's all. That's it. That's it.
Offer up alcohol for sale at 3 a.m. Dude, I bet you I could find something on offer up.
Alright, check this out. This is what we're gonna do. Pac-Man, do you have any questions for Legal Patriot? And then I'm gonna kick you off, and then I'm gonna talk to her for like another 20 minutes, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Fucking meth head was.
We've been going at it for like 7 hours.
This dude was talking to this meth head for 8 hours, bro.
That's what I said.
Fucking meth head, dude.
We didn't get no information.
It's a meth head.
Anything like that. Or,
Listen. Ask her a question. Ask her about getting her vagina ate out by Big Little Trip. You know, like.
Well, I'm gonna ask that.
Talk about the dog.
Why would I even care about that? I don't care about that.
Well, I mean.
All I gotta say is this. I mean, all I gotta say is that.
Can Pac-Man get one free? Can he get one free month subscription to your OnlyFans? Can he get one free month?
I don't even know shit else.
I will not talk about why, but I was very
do you think if you never had a YouTube channel, any of this shit would ever happen?
I do, in different ways, and I think it had been happening in cycles long before this. Like I said, you guys, I wasn't live when I got raised.
There's the past trauma, and then there's the previous stuff that you're putting together.
I think I would have kept falling for guys. I think that this was God's way. I think this was God's way of having
all the attacks on your sister and your family and all the doxing and everything. There's no a little bit of accountability of just like by you streaming, that's what caused it.
I think there's a lot to it, and it was never my intent, and that's the best I can have with that, but this is what I think it is, really. I think there's a spiritual journey that I've been on without knowing this whole time, which is I always had aliases online. I never liked this shit. I had conversations with my grandfather about this was before these
conversations with their grandfather.
Asking my grandfather about why can they find our information online? Everything I never wanted to happen, I never thought I was important enough to have happened to me.
What the fuck, dude? Damn, she's insane, dude.
Being a victim or a survivor of DV, whatever you are, all the things that did happen, whether they were physical and or emotional or financial or digital. There's a digital element which only the state. I learned so much I didn't want to know. But then I realized, wow, this new cyber adult stuff. I wanted to
what the fuck? She's delusional.
But actually, I'm more passionate.
She's delusional, dude.
I also have a voice because I accidentally went mainstream. And like people are starting to listen to my side of it now, and I want to help people with what I have. So I am here because there's money too, but also it took so much for me. I'm not just gonna walk away with my head down like let it.
She's fucking delusional.
I understand that, but the only thing I'm saying is like.
On a level where it's my income like that. It's meant to be just I have a voice now. It's not meant to. This is like any money that I make. It's nice as a bonus, just like it was before. My other jobs that taken away, my car got taken away.
Alright, so if you're a cook and you're standing behind a buffet, right, and you have a person and they're fat and disgusting, and you're looking at them and you know that they're fat and disgusting, and you keep serving them with a buffet full of like bullshit, and they keep getting fatter and fatter, like you're supplying them with all the stuff. Like
I wasn't at first.
Even though I make fun of Big T, like I tell Big T all the time, like you're the one that supplies the trolls. Like you come on, you tell
listen. I have to point something out to you. This is a very good.
Tell me the facts.
I know what you're gonna say because a lot of people talk about what you're gonna say, and I get it. Also, there's distinctions.
But
here.
if a lot of people say that, you should take some truth in it.
There is. But what you're not addressing is that I never consented to this being doxed on the internet the way it was.
Once you go on the internet, there's no such thing as doxing. Once you go on the internet, everything's free game.
No, most people don't date another person that they trust offline that will exploit them the way I was exploited on the internet.
But you're trying to put it like Nick had like this genius IQ and this master.
He did it.
It's
it
the
didn't need that.
behind it that did it because you put out the content.
He is right about that. He is right about that. He is right about that. Public mass eyes.
So the smears got the public. There was a money machine with it.
A money machine.
More info out. It was that simple. That was all there was to it. Smarter people took off. That's how it connects. But I digress. Like, I don't want to talk about this in depth again because it's
Nah.
things that, like, I'd rather talk about like anything but this, but
She doesn't want to get
honestly,
exposed.
and it's, like,
Listen.
it's not that I'm not saying that like I didn't
Well,
get into it,
pause.
but I literally never had my nose. I was actually afraid of these
Pause,
things.
time out.
At this point,
No,
though,
no,
what
no,
happened was
stop.
they went after all of my
Megan!
videos,
Stop,
and I
stop.
didn't have a place to have a business. It was literally the only way I could make money.
I get
But
it,
then
I get it.
I got the order, and they all went away, and I was like,
Vegan.
this is like square back. I'm trying
Vegan,
to revert
chill.
back to what it was.
Vegan.
I'm trying to regain my privacy.
Vegan.
I'm getting most of it. It's
all
different,
good.
though.
Vegan.
I'm sorry. I love you still, but I get triggered about some stuff, but people say, oh,
It's
they
okay.
have accountable. I do. Also, like,
Hey.
I
What
didn't
the
know it
fuck?
would go this way. Would anybody have?
Well,
Would anybody have?
listen. Take a breath in between sentences. Calm down.
It was random. I don't know how it happened, but here we are. I do take
I got a
accountability for
question.
these
I got a
things,
question. Who's your top
Yes.
3 celebrity crushes?
Okay. Dylan O'Brien, obviously.
I don't
And
know.
then Frank Cairo from My Dog Romance, who I thought my ex was nice. And then, okay, no, Dylan
Lay
is
down.
kind of short. But also, Liam Hemsworth.
I don't know.
Also, I'm in emotional love, but not physical love, but emotional love with Parker Cannon and Tyler Posey. Just no.
She tries to act like a little kid.
No, I don't know. Are you naming band artists? Like, if you went like mainstream celebrity.
No, Dylan O'Brien and Tyler Posey. He was Teen Wolf, that guy from Teen Wolf. I used to
Teen
like,
Wolf.
Like, Dylan
That's a
is
fucking
wild.
kid.
You know, Teen Wolf. MTV? Stop. Oh, God. Okay, well, anyways.
Teen Wolf, that's a teenager, dude. A
I
teen.
love that
A
show.
teenager.
I love Dylan O'Brien. You don't know Dylan O'Brien? He's cute. Okay. Okay. Well, Liam Hemsworth, though, is hot.
Man, Big T, I can't believe that Big T came on here earlier and dominated the shit out of it.
Well, I just... She's right about everything, right? So I have to just... One day, I just have to admit it. I like that Big T. That was a good version of
Bullshit.
Big T. I think she should be that Big T all the time.
Yeah, I have no clue who this B-list actor that you listed.
No, dude, no, he's not. He actually made like a big movie out of it, which is weird.
I see flashbacks, anniversaries, then help.
He was the Maze Runner shit. Like they made a
Maze
movie out of
Runner?
that. He was in some stuff with Mark Wahlberg. But he actually has bigger movies, but they're more like I think he took a hiatus because and he likes to do the Johnny Depp thing. I think now where he does weird random movies. But no, anyways, he's not a B-list actor. But if you're not into Teen Wolf, you won't recognize like. Anyways, he's gorgeous. But Liam Hemsworth is beautiful. Also, Adam Brody.
Adam Grody. Grody.
Have a gym or
Adam
something?
Grote.
Go into, like, random
Where do you wash your
places and, like,
snatch?
sweat wipes and stuff while you're in the car.
Oh God, no. Okay, yeah, I definitely take showers, but this is what I do. Okay, so I have this thing called. Have you heard of ClassPass?
What?
ClassPass? Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay, so what it is it gives you an allotment of credits where you can pick which gyms you want to go to. You want to find ones with showers, obviously. You get a certain amount of time, and I'll book like a 2-hour slot for like 2 to 5 credits, and depending on where you're at. So I like to do that.
2 hours? Why do you need 2 hours to shower?
Because there's always a gym semi nearby that I have credit access to. It might be more in Laguna Beach than say LA to go to the same type of gym, but credits. And so I can kind of plan out where I'm going. And like if I do like 3 showers a week, I like to do it in the cheaper areas. I spend less credits. But also
3 showers a week.
So I don't
3
have to go
showers a
down.
week.
It's not a monthly, like it's whatever I have. I put those amount of credits into. I can get that amount. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I like it more.
No,
like
no,
that.
it's cool. Like I said, I've had multiple friends in my life that have ended up in vehicles. Like one of my friends, this motherfucker was only like 5'7". After a year of living in his car, he was going to the gym and taking showers and working out for like 3 hours to kill time. His arms were bigger than his thighs.
Oh, damn.
He could fucking choke anybody out. Like he was amazing. Do you hit the workout equipment while you're there? Or you just watch them around?
I hate working out so much. The only thing I did that worked me out was dancing, and it was just because I like to dance. I literally hate working out. I don't like it. I did yoga, and I understand yoga a little bit, and I can like get down with yoga if people force me to, and I just follow people. I literally hate physical activity unless it's dancing. But riding horses, honestly, like those are the only things that really get me to like get physical about
But
it.
I mean, you haven't rode horses in fucking 16 years, right?
So I sold Buddha when I was 22. So what I would be 13 years, yeah, roughly. So yeah, I rode my friend's horses. I rode horses. It was my entire childhood, and then even into my like late 20s, I'd go home and ride my girlfriend's horses. So it's just kind of like muscle memory. And I go to horse shows actually the night before the ceiling broke. I had gone to the Scottsdale Arabian Breed show because I was sharing that with someone who will mention, and I remember like I still picked out the winning horses for the classes. We were looking at them, and I picked out the second and third place winner, and I don't know. I like to do stuff like that. I miss having luck.
I asked you earlier in the stream, like, who is Vegan Patriot? Like, as far as like streaming, like what are you doing with your life? Like, when people are like, oh, vegans in the car, vegans doing this, vegans IP2, vegan, like, who are you? You know, I'm still curious. I don't know. Like, when I first knew you were somebody that occasionally streamed, you were a dog groomer, and you did a little bit of sexy stuff on the side. And now I don't even know. You know?
I mean, honestly, the reality is I'm just some chick that's developing in both a society that nobody understands what it'll look like.
Shut the fuck up.
Also,
the fuck?
I mean, I think I'm just what I consider normal for our generation, but also like reluctantly part of a society that can expose you like this. These things will continue to happen more and more. People will be more, like there will be more laws in the future, I'm sure, but we're at the beginning of this, so I got kind of the just dinosaur era where there isn't a lot of protection, and it got bad and
Protection.
crazy.
She wants to be able to just lock up anybody that exposes her.
I know with all, like, you know, like, I'm getting down to that moment where, have you ever seen that movie Office?
The movie?
Yeah, the movie Office. So, like, they go to this guy, and they find out that he's been working for the company for, like, X amount of years. And he's been on payroll, but they don't know exactly what he does.
Claps.
Firing him, but they're like, what do you do? Like, what do you do, VP? Like, I understand, like, you were a dog groomer, and you were doing IP2 IRL content, but, like,
right now I'm just surviving.
As of right now, you said you're trying to get into a shelter.
No, I'm not until fall. Like, fall is Arizona. Right now, I'm just going to be in the car until fall, and then I'm going back to Arizona. I still have my friends
Let's
there from
rally on
college,
that
a
RV.
lot of good friends.
So the court cases are the
Old
only thing
client.
that's holding you in California?
No, the weather. It's just because I don't have a set, and also I wanted to have an established income.
Come
Like,
on,
I
dude.
hadn't worked for a while, so this is a chance for me to build that up.
What are you doing?
Fuck,
like,
the fire's coming.
You woke up with him and you're just chilling. Like, what are you doing in California day by day to kill
I'm not just
Fuck, dude.
If I hadn't have had that 3,000 kind of squandered in
Damn.
for mistakes that I wish hadn't been made.
Look at this fucking car.
I would've
Wow.
wow. Places in Arizona,
I'm hungry.
Places that are way cheaper actually by like $400. And honestly, like if I get a room, I have my bubble in Arizona that I prefer. I really don't want to do Mesa or Phoenix, but I would do Arcadia. But if you find like a casita or a one bedroom, you can still get your own place like I had for maybe, like I found a street over. It's like 1,100.
What is the future?
A lot of rooms like 900.
What is the future of live streaming now that IP2, you know, is doing whatever?
Who knows with that? I have no answer. We're part of it evolving. That's all I know.
But for the last 3 years, it's just been Vegan Patriots channel's been about.
Oh, it was a personal private life exploitation content fest.
But what comes after that? Like what is
whatever I want to do with it, which is like I do want to do more projects and I want to do things I can help people with. But right now I'm just kind of staying around because it is a little like coping thing. I'm alone. Also, my chat's better ever than it ever. You never saw how bad it was, but it's a normal, nice, chill place for me to chill out when I'm alone. But I don't want to be around people directly. It's a different climate than it was. It got demonic for a second, but it's gone back to what I liked about it. So I'm okay with that. Also, I made more money now doing it.
The climate is going to be upon how you alter it, but like...
Well, yeah, I had an silent weapon.
Let's say fall comes along, you work out something, and I don't know how you do it. If you get a job or if you get a house voucher or something, let's say you do get an apartment. do you
Well, I
continue?
can, no, I would go to a shelter first in Arizona because I have instant access to one. It's just that I can't work with this car at the age it's at. So I can't work doing what actually works for me with my medical issues, which is this, and then
But
also like
okay,
I already have clients. Like
I
I'm
don't want
trying
to
to re, I'm just trying to
I don't want to
relearning
get
more
into your
conditions.
I don't want to get into your medical issues, you know, because like, but what would restrict you from, you know, being a Walmart or a cashier at Walmart 40 hours
So
a week?
scanning for extended periods of time, or if I have a random, which can be caused by movement up and down, it's really fucking annoying. It's an obnoxious medical issue. Jeannie actually gets it. She has the same thing as me, and people that have it, they get it. If you don't get it, it sounds like bullshit. I get it,
Well, I
but
mean,
it's
I'm just saying, I'm not challenging you, but like,
no. Like honestly, there's certain things.
you know who Tommy James is, right?
Vaguely, but he
Yeah,
doesn't.
so Tommy James recently went into a 7-Eleven, like 2 blocks away from my house, and harassed the fuck out of those people. And then I trolled Tommy James a little bit, but whatever.
What do you do?
But one of the guys that works at that 7-Eleven, he works morning shift, and he's in a wheelchair. And every morning he gets out of his car, he pops up, he goes the long way around to get up the curb. He goes in there, he goes behind the counter, and he lifts himself up onto a stool where he works the cashier. Now,
That's
I get
cool.
it, like, everybody has
It's
back
a
problems.
totally different disability than what I have, though. And
I
mine,
know.
I can still actually work. Like, if I have the ability to take breaks cognitively or physically, which is a stress reduction thing, because mine's autonomic system, like your fight or flight. Mine isn't something I actually have physical control of. It's a chain reaction of things that if I don't regulate my climate or I stay away from certain triggers, which are certain direct sunlight, which is why I have a handicap tag, because if I'm in a parking lot, I will get dizzy as fuck to the point of either having an excruciating migraine with isolated hypertension or fainting.
I know, but
Fainting is rare, though.
well, hold on. With you saying that you have a handicap placker because you get extreme dizziness and all this stuff, so they expect you to have quick access to your car so you can drive off while you have dizziness?
Well, no. So it's more like if I go to a doctor's appointment, it prevents me from having another chain reaction. Okay. So think about this. In Arizona, it would make me episodic if I went straight to the mailbox, and then even inside, it was better if I even. So people would say, "Go in your car; it's air conditioning, cool." But in that heat, if you have my kind of condition, your body doesn't re-regulate always.
I know,
Always.
but
Sometimes it does.
you keep saying heat, but like you're staying in
Well, it's more
California
than
and
just heat.
Arizona.
It's extreme climates, and when you have to yo-yo back and forth, that's why this climate is best for me. And I'm not on meds right now because I haven't had a doctor. The up and downs
You
are
need to
what
move
really
to
fuck up.
Kentucky.
Well, no, the humidity is really bad for me too. It's dry heat's the best. Actually, and certain altitudes, it's obnoxious. Like maybe Jeannie can explain it because she gets it, and other people in the community that have it. But it's predominantly in younger generations of white females, but it does affect some men, some other kinds of people. But it's mostly like it is like what they would. It's usually gaslit. It's often misdiagnosed, but what it really can. It's also idiopathic, which means it's not like a condition of genetics necessarily. It could be cardiac related directly, or it could be a secondary thing.
But being like okay, so with all that being said, let's pretend that we're back in high school and we're filling out a survey for Job Corps and you have to fill out all of these qualifications. What do you think that you could possibly do 40 hours a week that could, you know, be beneficial to society as a job?
Well, doing what I do, which is usually piecework and small business, but I haven't had stability in housing to establish one in a community because I haven't had a community. So that is actually what I learned was best.
So
and I want to get back to that as soon as I get back to Arizona.
If you love animals so much, and you live, you know, kind of a liberal lifestyle, even though you're vegan patriot, but, you know, you live kind of, you know, a free lifestyle. Have you ever thought about just dropping the IRL stuff and just going out and living it like a commune where, like, they take care of animals and just, like, live a free hippie life?
I'm not really that free and hippie. I'm kind of in the middle where I kind of go real loose. I wouldn't probably like that lifestyle.
I feel like
it wouldn't be structured enough for me.
I feel like there's one thing during this whole interview that you will not, you know, just, you're a little bit of a adrenaline junkie. You like the drama. You like the drama.
I don't.
You say you don't, but
I really don't. Why do you think when I went viral,
it makes you tingle? What are you talking about? It makes you. You don't tell me that the drama doesn't make you tingle.
Alaska, whose motto is all publicity is good publicity. I wouldn't have privated my channel when I went viral for the fucking other accident. If you notice,
look, I have 5 favorite YouTube streamers of all time. And 2 of my favorite viral YouTube streamers have covered you. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
But, like, what are the odds? Like, I love Moist Critical, and when he's
exactly, what are the odds? It's like, it was just bad timing and bad circumstances in a camera, and that's what I'm saying. Generationally, it's going to happen more and more. It's just, I would have probably, if I were one age group ahead of what we are, I probably wouldn't have been exposed to things stupidly, thinking they wouldn't have gotten out of control. Huh?
You could have claimed, listen, here's my handicap placard, I'm elderly. I got you.
I don't think anyone, I still don't believe it actually happened. It was weird.
Okay, so, I just had to, like, before we switch topics to game I just had to touch on it. You explained generation trauma, generation illness, pain, lack of mobility, but you
I'm fascinated by stuff like that, yeah.
But you never
now
once...
I got into the political stuff.
But hold on. You never once explained what your disability was. You never said, oh, I broke my back in 3 places.
I did, actually. I was trying to. But we got sidetracked with another topic. So, it's idiopathic. It's called POTS syndrome, which it stands for postural orthostatic tachycardia. It's very complex. Idiopathic, the reason that word matters is, what it means is that it's not genetic, it is not born. You can have it be based on anything causing it, but you have the same set of symptoms.
But what is it?
No, she has Marfan syndrome. Look. I'll show you guys what Marfan syndrome is. Look. This is what she has, look.
Liberty Mutual helps you.
Look,
long arms,
look,
long legs,
look.
long fingers,
This is what she has.
Slender build, flat feet, extremely nearsighted, heart murmurs. This creator shares an exceptional snapshot of Marfan syndrome. Long arms, long legs, and long fingers, tall and slender build, flat feet, extremely nearsighted, heart murmurs. This creator shares an exceptional snapshot of Marfan syndrome.
No.
Long arms, long legs, and long fingers, tall and slender build, flat feet, extremely nearsighted, heart murmurs. This creator shares an exceptional snapshot of Marfan syndrome. Long arms, long legs, and long fingers, tall and slender build, flat feet, extremely nearsighted.
If your body signals these signs, it might indicate Marfan syndrome. This genetic disorder impacts the body's connective tissue, often affecting the heart, eyes, and bones, and frequently seen in individuals with a family medical history. Common symptoms include unusually long fingers and arms, scoliosis, and nearsightedness. These symptoms can lead to severe complications if not managed. It's crucial to consult a healthcare professional if you notice these signs. Ensuring the information here remains purely informational. Remember, taking charge of your health through early detection
that are supposed to keep the menses elbow extension one amino acid for another in the so-called revised Gantt criteria, where
I don't need to hear the breakdown.
It's very complex. It's very complex.
But you're saying it's very... Look, you're talking to me like Donald Trump right now. I don't know what you're saying.
It's not something that you have control of because it's your flight or flight, if it's neurological, which is my kind.
Listen, pretty much what I'm getting from this is you're putting a box on the table, and I can't see what's inside the box, but you're saying I'm diagnosed with the shit that's inside the box,
Well,
and it's
I
fucked up.
learned more
And you know, whatever's inside this box It
I
stops me
learned
from doing
more
whatever
about
you're
my
asking,
medical
Shelly.
condition when I was in anesthesiology. So take anesthesiology with a good teacher like I had, and you might get it.
I'm not disrespecting your credentials.
It's hard. It's complicated. It's not meant for the normal person to understand.
Like if I ask Big T what was wrong with her, she'll pull out medical paperwork and be like, my C4, my C5, I broke my clavicle,
Really?
I dislocated my eyebrow.
You know what that means though?
Because
I came back find out with like a history of like medical documents, and then also when I went to
are you saying that your disability is like 60% mental?
60% mental.
It's neurological, which means that it's a chain reaction of flight or fight. Flight or fight has nothing to do with your mental. That's the opposite of your cognitive. Like you have control with your brain. Flight or flight is like where your pupils dilate and constrict or damage your blood vessels. You have no control of that with your brain.
To wrap this up, you're saying like I have friends that have spasms where like they wake up in the morning.
Stress can trigger it, but it is not the cause of it.
No, I know, but I'm not gonna give my friends examples because I feel like that's disrespectful. But like, just in general, like, what was the clinical term that was given to you when you went to the doctor? They said, oh,
postural orthostatic tachycardia. It means bending up and down can cause a chain reaction in your whole body, where things don't, and temperature, climate, altitude, like really dumb things. Cleaning a litter box made my heart rate go. You know, our age group, for my age group at the time, I was in my late 20s. My heart rate went from 120, which is kind of high because I went up a bunch of stairs in the heat, to 180 cleaning cat litter going up and down. That is not normal. We'll just leave it at that. Look it up.
I don't like cats, and I think cats are disgusting, but I would die.
My baby's not married. I don't like cats that much either.
Listen,
my baby's pretty good.
I would die cleaning a litter box because I don't want my house to smell like shit.
No, I almost fainted and my heart rate skyrocketed when I had to be hospitalized. Like, that's actually how that goes. So it's stupid things like moving up and down. If I don't get break, that's why working for myself with piecework, I can pace things. If I don't feel well, I can finish the job, go relax, let my body recalibrate and go back.
Like piecework is a very selective thing. Like what out of that could you do office work? Like what if you were in a cubicle just typing away?
I get really bad headaches and screens are a big contributor to that, and also sitting too long is just as bad as standing too long. I need to be able to kind of do things physically, like that literally, like if I feel dizzy, the moment I feel dizzy, I need to go take a break, and as long as it takes, it could take 15 minutes, it could take an hour. And it needs to not be on someone else's schedule because what that does if I'm on someone else's schedule is if I have an issue, which I did, I worked for people, I was a GM for, I worked shift-based jobs for a while, it took a toll on my body. I got the jobs done, I had no quality of life afterwards. That's why I do what I do, because that's why my mentor, my neighbor who is a boomer that I really loved, Patty, she taught me how to kind of make money that worked for my medical obstacle. She was one of the few people who, even if she didn't get it,
I know, but I'm just saying with all the veterinary tech stuff that you did back
That's why I started a vet tech business, or a pet sitting business, because it's a selling point, and it was a point of confidence for marketing also, and also like I could offer services.
I just feel at this point you need to find like some kind of Joe Exotic and go work at like a tiger rescue or something. That's like,
I'd love that. That'd be great. But no, I know what I have access to, and what's likely gonna be able to put my teeth into when I get back to Arizona. But right now it's just kind of a hiatus. I needed time to heal anyways. I have access to doctors as soon as I switch over to insurance there, because I already have a history with them, whereas here I had to reestablish them. But I did get dental and vision here, which I won't have when I go to Arizona. It all played out in a way that kind of is like, my teeth are good to go.
Like, you already said that you have all your teeth in your mouth, right?
No, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you a rare secret that a lot of people don't know out in the world. You ready for it?
Maybe.
All you have to do is brush your motherfucking teeth. So many people don't brush them up. You wake up, you brush your teeth. I keep a toothbrush in
It's
my
hard in the
lunchbox.
car, but I try. That's why the dentist said this
I'm not directing this towards you because you have.
No, I know, but people, I agree. I know.
But like I said, like you have multiple channels that cover you full time that have no teeth in their fucking mouth. They have dentures and shit, and it's like they're under the age of 40, and it's like wow, it's crazy. But I'm just saying, like it's just brush your teeth. Like my teeth are fucked up. My teeth are not pretty. I've had some accidents and everything, but all my teeth are real, and I brush the shit out of them, and I try to nurture them to like bring them back, you know.
I was like that too, but I did it to the extremes where I did the fucking fat stuff for your teeth, which actually weakened my teeth a little bit, but not too badly. The charcoal toothpaste thing I did way too hardcore for a while, and then the crushed white strips I did forever, and it might be why my gums like recede a little bit now. So like you can overdo it with like you're talking about normal dental care. I kind of went too extreme with it, but that was why I wanted my teeth to look white as fuck. And I wish that I would have been allowed to get a bottom retainer. My mom won't let me. So my teeth that had braces for 3 years were straight on the bottom, but they're crowded. My jaw's full. So it went back to like this.
Stop. Time out. So like, what age did you get braces?
Okay, I was writing and I was in middle school when I started. I got an expander when I was in 7th or 8th grade. 8th or 9th is when I got them on, and then I had them for at least 2 years. I want to say 3 total.
Did you have them because your teeth were tinted in or tinted out, or was it because they were jagged or higher?
Well, this was exactly the way it was before braces, and then if he would have been allowed to give me the permanent bottom retainer, like my mom was let me, it would have been fixed because when it was done, he didn't want to take anything out, so he just was trying to widen my jaw. So that's why I had the expanders first, and it took forever with those because you have to kind of prep your mouth to like be ready for that type of expansion. That was painful for those who got
my friend, he had he got braces in the 30s. When he's done with the braces, he had to file down to match the other ones and have it off.
This is the same length as all my arcade. It's just crowded. It's pushed back. So it's like raised up, but if it was spread out the way my expander had it initially and stayed that way, you would see none of my teeth were ever removed and they were perfectly in line. These are all the same teeth. I've always had them. It's just that I was.
It's not something that
I don't hate it. I just feel like it was a waste of 4 years. Like for the bottom. The top teeth are fine though.
I don't know how much you currently the braces how much would you estimate
God, I don't know because braces are always expensive. And I don't know what they're like now, but I think they're even cheaper because they're like Invisalign and stuff like that. Cheaper? Back then it was expensive.
Hold on, chat. Hey, chat, how much if your teeth are a little bit jagged and you want to get braces as a teenager going into it, how many years do they have you do it and how much does it usually cost? So how many years do they have you do it and how much does it cost? That's the answer I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think it was 1 year expander, 3 years braces.
My teeth are different. Mine are short and flat. Like all my teeth look like molars except the ones on the front. So like.
What's your background like ethnicity wise, by the way? I didn't know you were as tall as you were.
I'm Scottish and English, and I have a touch of Irish.
Well, interesting too. I was thinking about like because we're both from like the northern parts of the country, just opposite ends.
Northern
parts. Did it like?
So hold on.
Fuck, dude.
Before we start this conversation, where did you learn that from? That you were what you were in your background? Did you take a spit test?
No. Okay. So my mom's side of the family, we know without a doubt, there's like a whole like family like crest and shit like that, or like just tracing of it. My bio dad and my grandma on that side, so he never knew his real dad, but he was apparently half native. I've never taken a test for it, but you can kind of tell that there's definitely like my little sister's my half sister, but we're the same from behind. She's just a little shorter and her face is a little different, but she had tits and I had the ass. But like mine is that from behind, we look very similar, and we had similar color hair, similar base skin tone. But you put me and my little sister in the sun, she is lobster red. I turned fucking brown. And I don't even have to be out long. I literally just a little bit in the Arizona sun. I'm like full brown. That is supposedly my 116 native. I also have French Canadian. That is proven. It's just that my technical grandpa that nobody ever met except for my grandma, I guess. He's the one with the native that nobody has.
Well, hold on. Stop. It's way too technical.
And then Dutch and German. Those main four though for me.
Hold on. So you're a white girl from Ohio, but you have a touch of native, and then what else?
French.
French, and then what else?
A small portion of Irish, I guess, but my little sister has Scottish in her because my stepdad. So like I said, like we're kind of olive skin based, but like it's how we tan. It's a little different. My hair is straighter, and my cheekbones are a little different. But other than that, like yeah, I'm just a fucking white. I'm European. When my little sister used to model, we'd go in, and they would look at me, and they would tell me I had a European look, and she had a more American look, whatever that meant. I wouldn't know, but I kind of can see it in some ways, I guess, and like as an adult, because it's like. I look at like people were comparing me to Chicken Andy's new girlfriend Adriana, and facially looks like my little sister a lot, and her
What
hair
the
too.
fuck?
But that's a more American, like blonde, white girl look.
I just finally logged in.
Oh
So,
God.
Probably about 7 or 8 years ago, my wife bought me one of those 23andMe kits, right? And
Ancestry.
Yeah. So when I first did it, it said that I was 92% Irish and then the rest English, right? And then it was like that for like 6 years. And then I re-downloaded the app during Thanksgiving like 2 years ago because we were talking about it as like family members and everything. And it totally re-gave me a whole new background of my history. And then, you know, I Googled it and they're like,
they expanded their database.
Yeah, they expanded it and it changed. And so, like, all the shit that you told me for like 5 years was bullshit. So, like, I went from being like 90% Scottish, or 90% Irish to like 90% Scottish. So, like, here, I'll read it off. I don't care.
No, it's crazy. I believe that because.
Check it out. I'm 57% English, 22% Scottish, 6% Irish, 5% Welsh, 3% Western European, 2% Swedish, 1% Belgian, 0.1% Austrian, and then I am 0.5% Asian and African. I am officially 0.5% African.
What the fuck? I want to do this now.
Listen, you didn't know all these freckles are actually my birth color.
My birth color.
Converted into desktop streaming, like where you have the desktop.
With Kick too, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even Blade, he spends 90% of his time sitting in his apartment drinking Jaeger. He doesn't walk around no more.
So Blade and EBZ are basically spin-offs from the Ice era, right?
EBZ? Fuck no, Blade's his own thing.
I mean,
I don't know much about
Blade's
it.
his own thing.
You went from Ice Poseidon and fucking Asian Andy and fucking Billy the Fridge and, you know, all the originals. Then it dropped down to the Chicken Andes and the fucking yeah.
That's
all the
what I
side
always said. I'm like
characters.
the era
And then the Tellas and all that, and then it dropped down to the lowest level where it was Good Times. The Tellas started coming on Good Times.
Podcast, yeah.
Yeah, and then that blew up Good Times where like all the IP2 streamers that were not streaming, they would go and hang out on that fucking Good Times channel before Good Times turned into a degenerate drunk and ruined all of it.
Well, what's crazy is I was brand new around that era that you're mentioning. Am I on spoke on camera or is that gonna be fit?
No, I don't see that.
Okay, I didn't know that was like I didn't know if you're monitoring or not. Sorry. But yeah, like basically, that's so weird in hindsight because like there's so much that I didn't know when I literally entered that scene. I was brand new. I was chasing dick. Okay.
Chasing dick? What the fuck?
When I started the political journo shit, I was at my parents' house in Ohio, and I still had my house in Scottsdale, but I was in Ohio for 7 months semester. So long story short, I started streaming in Ohio, which I went back to Scottsdale about 3 months after I went to Texas to do my first one. But before I went, I had this weird pit in my stomach because I was always that kid that wanted to have an alias online. Like this shit that happened to me and I've seen happen to other people. It was
Alias online.
I never thought anyone would put that kind of attention to me. So it's just like I don't shit, I had a point that I was going with that, but I don't I don't get anyone's obsession with me to that point. I literally didn't understand. I felt safe because the first half.
Yeah,
of
this
it
gun's
was
good.
chill. And like Chicken never did what the person after did. And Chicken is a piece of shit too, but like honestly, he's protecting my public image.
Hold on. Now that you brought it, like, I understand, you know, no homo. Chicken well, first of all, what's the age difference between you and Chicken Andy?
He was okay. Let me think. Really, hold on. Okay, he's a '90s baby and I'm a '90s baby, but I'm at the end of his sleep. I think he's 98 and I'm 90. So he's like 8 or 9. I think he's mostly 8 years younger than me, but at some point he's 9. But like he was legally.
Hold on. So wait.
I wasn't 30 when I met him yet, and he was legal enough to drink. So we were at a perfect like college kind of flame type of
You were 29 and he was 21.
I think he was 22, but he might have been 21. Yeah.
Okay. That's whatever. I mean, I before I met my wife, I was 18-year-old with 34-year-old. So that was a good time. But you know, it's all legal. It's all legal. You know. But
well, and he had his own place and his own money.
No. Regardless, Chicken Andy was a stringer or whatever. Like, I understand Chicken Andy. You know, he's a handsome young man. He was, you know, dominating.
Dude looks weird.
At the time.
He wasn't dominating shit.
I just met a guy in Arizona.
I'm not saying you're
The
not
fuck was he dominating?
now, but like
Dude's a
would hop
leech.
in and, like,
He's a leech.
everything was working. I mean, you could obviously tell by the viewership, the donations. You guys created great content. But I just can't. I can't understand. Like, Chicken Andy has a full set of hair. Like, Chicken Andy choked out Q45. You know, like, Chicken Andy's the fucking boss. But like IBL, his hairline's gone. He when you're talking to him, he looks like he's like you're talking to him, but he looks like he's daydreaming, and he's talking, and that has nothing to do with what you're saying. So like, it doesn't make sense, because even when you guys are live streaming,
Because that's all she could keep. She doesn't want somebody that could get other chicks.
Be talking about the same thing. So I'm just trying to understand, like, maybe he had some sweet moments. Maybe he was the rebound guy that you got a little bit more too attached to. But come on, girl, you can't really say that sexy man was worth giving up all this and then giving up and retrying, giving up and retrying, giving up and retrying. You know what I'm saying? Because, like,
Chicken was a flame.
If you ever seen,
Oh, double kill grenade. Double kill with that grenade.
I don't remember it, but yeah, I won't.
Okay, so he does relationship advice, right? And
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He says the man should always come 90% of the way and then wait for the woman to do the extra 10%, right? I feel like through that relationship, as far as love went, you went 90% and you constantly waited for that 10%. And then, you know, he was the total opposite, where he wanted that 10% love, but just some camaraderie, plus just laying around your house because you needed somewhere to live. But, you know, I just never understood, like, why, like, I had this talk with you, but it's not my, like, you know, your heart feels a certain
I
way.
wasn't ready for it at the time because I never wanted to have. So it's what you're mentioning about me having the good beginning of all this.
Hold on. Somebody just brought up something good in the chat. They said if he had a resume, let's put it this time. Let's say that you were on fucking OkCupid and you ran across his dating profile.
Oh, got him. Grenade killed.
What would have been some qualities that would have made you interested in DMing him or swiping left?
Well, he was hardly a streamer when I met him. He was just a sniper, and I don't. It's a weird.
Every time I've ever viewed him, he's had like fucking 7 viewers and rambling, but I know that he's had some very viral moments, but nothing like you. I mean, you're the superstar.
The moments had always something were adjacent to me. That was the problem. That's why he did what he did, because it made him money to hurt me, and other people wanted that as well. And only he had the information to do so with it. But it was his. Okay, so you know My Chemical Romance, right? You know that band, obviously. Like, Super T is not one of my favorites anymore. Definitely one of my favorites, but not like I will never listen to her anymore. Like, I'm a Stories of our Teen Wolf Girl, like forever. Those are my soul shows and music. But like, we all remember MTR. I was actually one of the original girls that was like not ashamed to say that, but people were. I was still a teen girl.
Quick question. I got the big homie in the chat. Shout out the Panda Torture Clown. Do you know who that is?
Oh yeah, what's up? Yeah, he's come into my chat a couple of times.
Yeah. Have you ever seen his channel?
I don't watch a lot, but I'm trying to catch up with people that have been.
I can't watch him, and it's no disrespect towards him. I had moments as part of
Damn.
the show, but he has like stretched out ears. He has all the piercings and all the tattoos all over his face and body. But he like shoves balloons and swords down his throat, and he does all that on a live stream.
Oh yeah, I've seen that, dude.
Half a million subscribers, and like has millions of people viewing. He's fucking huge. But he somehow stumbled into this community and started watching me and started learning about all the drill drama. But he has a question. He says, is vegan going to RBS?
She wouldn't be allowed. She's not allowed.
Those boys are different segments of me evolving into who I am now, and they are very much in my past. And Chicken, I don't think he's a demon or possessed like I feel about some other people, but I don't like him, and I don't find him attractive anymore. And I lost attraction when I realized I was in love with someone else. But that was like
Stop. But it seems like you need to start going into, like, if you want to be a streamer, be a streamer. But it seems like you go into every streaming situation with your heart first. Like, you're the type of girl that walks in the fucking classroom on the first day of school and then finds your crush in the classroom on the first day. Like, you kind of remind me of that girl. You know, you just like.
I might silently, but I don't pursue anything. I never pursue anything.
No, but once you do, you don't quit. Oh my goodness.
Well, my ex, the last ex, was. It was like I said, it was a very unique part of my life. I'm trying to explain it. It's impossible, really. But where I come from, starting streaming with Chicken, that was like a college relationship. He was a close friend I trusted, and he was great in bed. Also, I was healthier. I had a lot of circumstances. I just come back from Ohio where I was arrested.
Come on.
My issues weren't so bad. My money was good. My businesses were doing good. All the reasons I was treated well online, that was a blast. What he did with my ex was disgusting.
But the thing with your ex is so once you started dating IBL, at that point Chicken Andy was on the other side of the country, right? Like
he was in Cali, I think, with Goo, but then he hooked up with what it was with Chicken is he wanted to stick around when he came back. But I felt like
hold on. I have quick questions to get to the big picture. So my quick question is after you and Chicken Andy broke up, how much longer after that did you meet IBL? And then I know IBL started tripping out and said that Chicken Andy was in the ceiling. And did they ever hang out and know each other? And then after that, did you ever see Chicken Andy again and hook up with him to cheat on IBL? Because I understand when somebody's on meth, they get delusions. I've had a good homie of mine where, you know, he was a super good dude, but he developed a meth habit, and I had to like go over there because he thought his wife was cheating on him, and like she wasn't, and he was like saying that she's just all kinds of crazy shit. He's in rehab and he's clean now, but but like, when did you meet him? After you broke up with Andy, what was the transition to IBL, and then what created the paranoia to have him have this ultimate hatred? I know you did say the worst thing ever. You said that fucking Chicken Andy had a bigger dick than him. That can break a man's heart.
That was after other things. I didn't.
No, but that can break a man's heart. Just like even if you guys got back together, he's fucking you, and he thinks he's doing a good job, but then he knows he ain't giving it.
I cannot talk about a lot of things that are just like I don't want to dive too deep into this last person, but I will say the part that it always freaks me out when I think about this. I always was about to get out of streaming, and something always caught me in because it was always supposed to be what I'm trying to get back to now, which is deciding for fun even more than anything. But and I have a voice now, so that's important too. But
yeah,
back
right.
to the part where how did I meet someone? Well, Chicken and I were hooking up on his RV, and someone sniped it, and I would have never met them if I wouldn't have met Chicken, and I wish I'd never met Chicken. That's how I met him.
That is.
And then there were other things where I didn't even know he was around because I was so up Chicken's ass.
Who did you hook up with?
I was with Chicken, and it was after we like kind of like distanced the first time after the first era of us hooking up. And like then he came back from his RV trip, and then like we were remember when he ate that homeless chick out and then came back? Yeah, I'm the came back era. And then okay, so when he put my pole in his RV, do you remember that? When
listen, when you're an IP2 streamer, sometimes you gotta eat some homeless pussy for some content. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like isn't there a video of Captain Content like opening up a sliding door on a car and like getting a blowjob by a tranny on the side of the road?
Yeah.
I've heard things about Captain Content. I keep my distance.
I saw the
from
video. I'm just trying to confirm it.
He also cracked his
I am not an IP2 historian at all. Like
me neither. Literally, I'm not either. I'm just part of the lore apparently, without intent.
No.
Like,
you're one of the characters. Now, like I hate to like break kayfabe for you, but the real IP is the chat. The chat that keeps the donations, keeps the influence going to make sure all you characters are rounded up and do all the retarded shit that you guys do to entertain.
Who brought the mainstream?
No, that's stupid.
As far as like, but I
brought the mainstream into IP2.
People like that, they always think that they have power, bro. People that watch the stream, they don't have no power, dude.
No, I think Alex has one too. Alex,
They like to feel important, dude.
the little brunette.
At this point, if you want to be a female streamer in IP2, you gotta bang fucking chicken.
I didn't
Come
want
on.
No, I didn't want to be on IP2. I didn't want it. I used to work at base, and I looked at it, and I would be a side character before I really did IRL. I was doing political stuff, so I was like, "Big, this place is scary." Website. I was like, "Yeah, IP2 is going to be scary." I asked them to take
Scary?
it down.
What's scary?
You know, they wouldn't do it.
What's
And
scary
now they
about
put me
it?
down after I won the trial because I don't know.
Won the trial.
But I don't care. It was great. I still got remonetized in a week and a half after they maliciously false reported my first 2 channels. By the way, that was
Dude, I came across one of your most craziest fucking videos ever. I have it on, I promise you, here, Scout's Honor, is it left hand or both hands? I will never re-upload it, but I was clicking on it, and I typed in Vegan Patriot to look at my hard drive to like this bullshit. Dude, I got all the LD footage of like LD and Ski Mask Andy trolling you, trying to get you to kick him out, and you crying. I have all that footage, and I got you drunk with the gun, you putting it in your mouth, waving it around. I
What a
got
cow, dude.
in the bikini, and then you taking the gun down the street as you're walking down the street because some guy was talking to you, and it's Vegan Patriot, nothing but a bikini and a gun in her hand, walking her Chihuahua in fucking Scottsdale, Arizona, of all places.
I had both dogs with me, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that. You were like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I don't know.
You're over here with the fucking gun over here thinking this guy's a predator. Like, this guy's driving home. He's driving home at 2 o'clock in the morning. He sees a skinny girl in a fucking bikini. He's like, "What's up, bro?" And you're like, "What's up, Pippin?" Fucking, like, you're acting like it's Grove Street and shit. Like, it's crazy.
I literally remember that because you
Fuck is that?
I was like, "Yeah, this is like go home." Like,
no, yeah, I was telling you to go home and I was like, "Put the fucking gun away!" Like,
we're the voice of reason that night. No, I literally remember that, and it was off Osborne. I was going towards the Walgreens at the corner of Scottsdale and Osborne. Off 66 is my place. So yeah, I was off Osborne, right about to turn on the 66, and that car drove by, and you were in chat. But I was like, I just was trying to make content. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just trying to entertain people. But in hindsight, I feel retarded. But that's okay. But that's what I'm saying. I'm a whole like what I went through, what I lost, I gained a lot of knowledge from. And I appreciate that you remember the me before the worst and the mainstream got to see.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, as a content creator, or I don't like saying this shit, but like as a fucking whatever you call it, I do like
Come on.
whatever is a commentator. How about that? Because I don't want to have an ego about it, but whatever I do, if I had to my resume, I don't want to attack people. You know, I try to like give them some kind of common ground. Like it's not my job to get on here and be angry. I don't know you. I can talk to you and all that. But with that being said, when you hit somebody with your car or get in a fight with an old man in the parking lot, of course I'm gonna cover it. But as far as like you sitting in the car ranting about shit, like I get about 3 minutes into it and I turn it off. I can't do it. And I understand
Well, because you're not invested in it.
there's a whole community that's built around covering you, and I respect that. Just like there's a whole community that's built around me that covers Controlla, and now they're kind of clashing together because you and Controlla. But I've offered Controlla the same thing. I'm not gonna sit here and fight with Big T, but like if Big T wants to come up on here, you know, fucking get her dab rigs and her methadone stacked up and wants to come on here and talk to me for a couple hours, I'm fucking down to do it, you know, but will she ever do it?
I bet you she would.
No.
But here's the difference between, like, and I think you can tell, and that's kind of why I, okay, so backtrack a little, my insight on meeting you, I was listening to Controlla. She is the reason I bought my first chat phone, because she's the one who told me to have a chat phone. I was just randomly watching her one day, and I don't know why. I think she came into my chat, so I was just being social with her, and I was on live. Anyways, so I was terrified of you. You scared me, because she made you seem like such a big, bad monster, and I was thinking of, like I said, that hit my stomach when I first started doing this, and I didn't know it would turn into this at all.
I know, when I first messaged you, you were like a deer caught in headlights. Well, that was the thing, is it shocked everybody, because when Controlla started fucking with Ski Mask Andy and we got introduced into the IP2 community, right? You guys are used to like Landon Tell, and like Landon would go live and he'd cover like 5 or 6 people, or Rocky would cover, you know, they had variety shows, and then like you see my community and you see where people hyper-focus on somebody. Like I hyper-focused on Big T, Music Biz Marty hyper-focused on fucking Cyrax, you know, you got it's this Vendaboys, Juggernaut, just all that shit. And then that all came into play, so like you're like, damn, you know, like did he do me like that? And I never did. You know,
well, I didn't know any of that, but the way that she brought it up, she got close to me. But again, like you said, she was kind of fangirl. And so she would tell me things, and she warned me about you, I guess, and I'm barely remembering this now, but like, you're right, because you do remember exactly what she said. She reserved her hatred until it was, like, palatable for everyone else. He didn't turn on me until it was acceptable by the public, but when, I know, you're right, it was when I did that interview with you, he literally held a grudge and never let it up.
No, because a Way with Words is a flip channel that's built off of just like Big T, just like you have a flip channel that's built off of you and all that, right? And she sent me the original clip, the original moment, with the dates and everything, and I know that where the other clip is where she was cherishing you, and then 24 hours later, you were her worst enemy because you came on here, and then it was because you were like, if somebody goes in a chat, or somebody goes on a panel, or you go in their chat, or they come on your panel, just for 10 minutes, you're supporting them.
And she's very controlling, and that was what actually a lot of people silently came to me during a lot of the bullshit she put me through last year. They would, I didn't tell anybody who it was, but a lot of people actually came to me privately, and they're like, listen, we're sick of her talking about you.
Is the chat calling me a snitch because I said A Way with Words? I played it on my show. We played the clips back to back on my show, and I explained it. Look, see, I will say this: we got a bunch of your trolls in the chat. They are some funny motherfuckers. I like them. I do. It's just, I understand you don't like them because they come at you, but they remind me of just the opposite of my chat, just going after another person. But they're fucking witty, and they're willing to rock with it, and they're dedicated as fuck. Like you know, you're running 20 minutes late for an interview, and they were here. They had their fucking lawn chairs. They were fucking ready. They had their tomatoes.
You know what's crazy too is actually Skilly, my fan base has changed so much, and this is what I was gonna say. You know how you were talking about how you really don't go hateful, even like you're nuanced, and if people don't get the subcontext when you make like a comment, don't go hard. You're not cruel. You're not criminal. You're not abusive, but you do point things out in a very like plain speak way, which I think is kind of like the most refreshing because the internet is so inflammatory.
They want to know in the chat.
Nice.
I think it's a fake question so they can know where your location is.
Damn, another kill.
That I'm in Santa Cruz. And do I have to tell you how the weather is at all? What do you want me to say?
Oh, nice.
Like, challenge accepted. Like, give them some hits. How about this? Give them 2 clues to where you're at. You know, I heard some people walking around and talking in the background. You the water. So, you know.
I'm somewhere beautiful and I'm somewhere safe.
Somewhere beautiful and safe. So
What the hell?
You know, so did you ever get charged for the damage of them falling through your roof and all the damage to that apartment, or did the guy just say, "Pack up, good luck with your life"?
Yeah, I never got evictions in either place. I got I literally got my property manager really liked me because we had almost a decade relationship of like tenant and like whatever property manager. The owner was chill. He protected me in different ways, and I did get my actual deposit back. But it was
he was like a single old man, right?
I don't think I ever met the owner actually. And the property manager was actually a little maybe 8 years older than me, max. He had just started his own LLC. He was a really good property manager, and he knew what went on.
I was talking about the place where you said that the guy owned it and the people owned the thing $700 a month, $400.
That was that place, yeah. So I never met. Oh, so the first year was a different owner, if that makes sense. The first year was 2 brothers, and then they sold it. And it was still before the bubble, and like everything went crazy and stuff. So that's why my grandmother did that.
You showed up with a chihuahua and all pink, and you're like, hey, they're like, hell yeah, we're gonna hook you up. Cause I, you know, I not from me.
I'll talk to you about that place if you want.
I never.
Oh, that's not how that happened, but basically.
I never knew your exact address, but through this crossroads of people live streaming, you know, all the war and everything, I know the general area. And like the general area for that, where you lived at was $200,000 a year. So like you lived in a pretty fucking wealthy neighborhood, but you lived in like an unfinished, like a 1-bedroom apartment.
It's all about location there, obviously.
So she lived in Mesa. She didn't live in Scottsdale. She lived in Mesa. She didn't live in Scottsdale. She lived in Mesa, dude. That's the fucking ghetto, dude.
So it wasn't attached to another house.
That's the ghetto of Phoenix, dude. Lay down.
Right, so I don't know what the architecture is like over there, but in the east it's different. With townhouses, they're very different. In the southwest, the townhouses in Arizona were considered townhouses. They were kind of like old hotel, like 50s, 40s, 60s, like
well, hold on, let me interrupt you. Look. I've lived in Douglas, I've lived in Sierra Vista, and I've lived out in the valley in Phoenix. I've lived in Arizona. So,
okay. Okay, so, wait, remind me what
No, I get 100% what you're talking about, the structure. I'm just asking if it was like, you were on a property, where the homeowner had a property, and then it was another house behind it.
No, so it was 2 buildings that were equally, like, sold, but they were sold to the same person, so they had 2 buildings in 1 courtyard.
So they had a property manager that collected rent from you, and
yes, well, the first year was directly through the owners, because I knew that personally they sold it to someone. We never met the owner, but they let the people that were already living at the price we were, as long as we were chill tenants and paid, and I even paid all through COVID, because it wasn't that much. I always paid my bills. So, like, they never bothered me. They always helped, and they paid for a lot of stuff.
Because I never saw the outside. I just saw the inside. You know, half of it was unfinished. You were getting a good deal. In my mind, this is my story I was telling myself is, like, some older guy owned a house, and then he had a secondary house, and he was charging you, like, half price to stay there to hook you up and help you out. Because I thought that was a gangster deal. I was like, you know, she was making good money cleaning these dogs. She was getting good donations from them. Right after she came back from the RV, she went kind of crazy over to Andy, and then she jumped straight into IBL.
She went crazy because I just didn't know what world I was jumping into, and I'm an introvert by nature. Like, I'm an INTP for fire, I don't know that, but I naturally,
Lay down.
I rest in a cover.
Oh, lay down. double kill.
internet did not
Play
allow it.
aggressively.
And then the worst things that happened ever in my life were public. And it really made me go insane, although I couldn't get help with that, but that's not the point.
But it's the things that you're putting public, but like you talk about your PlayStation, you talk about your love life, you talk about
Well,
your
I have
sex,
to. It's not doxed. I would have never said those things online if I didn't have to reboot the fake news with reality, because there were facts that were doxed,
it's just like this,
but not
like,
the real
you know,
story.
It's like if randomly tomorrow me and my wife got a divorce and she came online and she fucking slandered the shit out of me, I wouldn't make one video about it. You know, I'd be like, you know what? Obviously the marriage is over. I'm gonna let her get her shit off, and then I'm just gonna walk away from it. Cause like, you know,
That wall doesn't even destroy. That's lame.
More at this than me. I was brand new to
Lay
this. None
down.
of that. I've never been treated like that by a man in my life. I was the opposite of how I've always had men
I
treat
get
me
that,
well.
but let's go back. Like when you have your own house, you have your own business, you know, you have a whole life set up, and then you have an IRL streamer that wraps herself in bed sheets, show up to your house with a backpack, and just start sleeping
I
there.
was retarded. I know you warned me. I get it. But like I said, like I was evolved because I went almost a decade without really having.
I know,
a relationship with anyone.
I'm not judging you for that. What I'm trying to say is,
She was desperate.
It goes back to the
That's all she
resume.
could
What
get.
was the lore of that? Was it just wrapped up in the culture of being a live streamer and he was a live streamer, or what was it substance abuse where he was interested in a certain thing and you were interested in it? Like, what made you guys come together? Because you guys are total opposites. 'Cause I know you from the previous, like, 3 years before you guys even got together. I was watching you, so I know the old vegan patriot. I always told you, hey, you know, get you a pink room, sit there, do OnlyFans, chat, you know, just try to be normal. You don't need to be out in the street peeing on people. And, you know,
Oh god, that's my favorite viral, semi-viral.
Oh, that was sick. Bye, Kobe.
Okay, so wait, so my memories are shredded right now, but go back to the.
Oh, that dude got lucky.
I'm trying to say, like, how did you go from breaking up with Chicken Andy, you know, a guy that was running an RV, had a network and doing all that, to having IBL.
Well, they were both local.
Yeah,
Let's start there.
yeah, to having IBL show up to your house with just a backpack and then accepting, like usually within, like, you know, the first couple of days, you know, you get to know who somebody is. In a couple of weeks, you get to know who.
Well, there's psychology behind it. I didn't unpack until after my family kind of left me, and I realized that there is a history with my mother.
But when you say you didn't realize that until after your family left, but your family was helping you and being supportive. This guy was never supportive and helping you. He should have.
In different ways. And my family is different than my mother. It was very distinctly my mother, and it actually, like, psychologically, there's a very deep root of his story. There's actually abuse on record in the Akron Children's Hospital that she was dumped on me, and she had to go to therapy with me.
Oh, she abused.
There's like a history of abuse, and I didn't realize that's what it was until it hit me like a bunch of.
Her mom got arrested for meth in New Mexico.
They were terrorized and don't want to deal with it, and that's sad. But I don't hate them for that. What it sucks is though is that my mom. There's a lot of stuff to unpack, but what I fell for was a reflection of. I used to defend my mom. I always used to have an excuse for why she would kind of abandon me in really critical points in my life, which we're not going to get into right now. But there's evidence of it left and right in my childhood and my even young adulthood. And it is sad because...
Come on, bro.
Like,
I was going to get that guy.
And like that's... But I was always better when I had my own money and not anything to do with her. And I did have that for a while. But there is a level of control.
But see that there's a level of control.
I gave that to someone
hold on.
me.
Give me just a second. So there's a level of control, there's a level of up and down, but there's some camaraderie, there's some back and forth within your mom. Like it goes back to the whole hitch thing I said. It always seems like you went 90% of the way in the relationship and you could never get him to come to 10%. So, I'm not trying to shame you. Like, everything in hindsight, it's really messy and it's bad. But I just, in my mind, I like to paint a full picture of, like, the stories, you know, of the war and everything.
No, you are filling it a lot.
I'm trying to understand, like, he showed up with a backpack at your house, no job, nothing, with drug issues.
Well, no, he had a job and he had an apartment. That he never just showed up homeless without, like, no, he had a job and his but it was disgusting, and I see the brunt.
Yeah, he had the roommates. I saw it. Hey.
No, this was his first place. He had his own place in Mesa. I was in Scottsdale. He was in Mesa. He had moved from Ohio. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know until way later, Kelly.
Who was paying for his apartment?
Technically him, because he had some girl online give him money to get to Arizona. That's literally, I didn't know that either. All of these things I learned over time.
So some girl gave him money.
He has a history of using women, and I know.
Hold on. So for him to end up in Arizona, he had some girl pay for him to come to Arizona that was a chatter, or did he know her? And then she paid his rent
They
for
had
him to
a
have an
relationship, I
apartment.
guess. They never met physically, but then he was dating this like very young, like guru girl, whatever you call those.
But they were helping pay his rent.
Well, she had a food card. Anything he can get from a woman, he will. And I didn't know that.
I'm just trying to
I
figure
didn't know
out,
he was
like you had your apartment, and you were grooming dogs and babysitting them and doing all that, and that was your income. How did how did he have two different apartments where he had to pay?
He had one.
You know, so you said that random girls were paying for stuff?
No, he had I don't remember her name, and I don't want to talk, like I said, there's stuff like we can only skim so much on
what
TV
job was he
details,
working?
but I think it was Fry's, and then they fired him, and he decided he wanted to be a live streamer. He was going to go homeless, but then I invited him into my home, not knowing the depth of the things that I found out as they went. Like,
Okay, so when he moved in with you, how long before that was LD just moved out?
LD actually stayed with him when Ski Mask said that he couldn't stay with me. That was the last night, and then he took Starpaw, his ex-girlfriend, with him.
No, I was there. I was in Ski Mask chat when that was going on. Ski Mask Andy was such a manipulator and a gangster and getting into people's mind. Like, Vegan's just trying to do her thing. LD's there forever, and you can definitely see that he overstayed his welcome. But Ski Mask Andy said he was gonna pull up, and like all Ski Mask Andy
animals?
Yeah. Well,
it was the threat to the pets that I got worried about. It was my babies getting like.
No. But check this out. So Ski Mask Andy gets in his car, doesn't live stream for like 12 hours, and then he's live streams and he's like, I'm on my way. And then he doesn't live stream for like the next day. Then he shows up, and then he's sitting in his car and he's smoking a blunt, and then he turns it on, and it's a local Arizona radio station. And he's claiming he's in Arizona and he's about to pull up to your house. I have the whole stream recorded. It was fucking hilarious. I was talking to NorCal about it the other day. And then you got all worried. Look, you seem all look, after everything that's happened tonight, it seems like this story bothers you the most.
I don't like to talk about it. I like to pretend it didn't happen. But yeah, it was one of my first moments where I realized, wow, like the internet is as bad as I thought it. And then it calmed down for a while after.
That was one single person. That was just Ski Mask Andy by himself. Through tricks and illusions. That motherfucker didn't even have $20 in his gas tank. Like, he made you and LD think that he was gonna fucking...
It was because my house was physically like shown. The address wasn't widespread ever. It was just a picture of the house in the driveway. My car.
No. Because it was. I remember the stream. You went to go pull up on somebody.
That's funny.
And then it didn't go right, so they turned around.
It was Star Pop, but we were joking kind of for content. It was again when I was newer, and also I was falling for new. So like. That was part of the moment. What I'm saying is there's mapping with my mother and mapping with the last moment. There's like key situation and then chicken leaving. I was emotionally quite vulnerable, and being the last week like my brother, I felt for a guy out of vulnerability because I wasn't. I was scared in other senses. I've been a single female in the city for a while. I thought I had my stuff set. I never thought anything would go this far. I thought I was gonna have a partner, and that's what he said me off camera. And I thought all his shit on camera was his deal, just like everybody else does or claims that it is, but they know it's not. I didn't understand it wasn't a joke. I'm stupid. I get it, but like I had no clue any of this would get this bad. And it's weird because in my gut when I started this, I knew it felt like the devil and God were next to me this whole time, because every time things got horrible for the legal stuff, I would stop, I would puke, I would look at, I would watch Teen Wolf, I would pray. And most of the time, God saved my ass when I couldn't. I felt like I had no control, good or bad. So if I knew I couldn't do any more physically, emotionally, mentally, I just let it go. But then I also felt like there's this horde of like demons around me, like literally, I was an atheist.
I know, but like, when you like here, if I can break kayfabe and just like be honest with you and be honest with all people, the first time, I fucked around and like hangouts, like Google Hangouts with my friends back in like 2018, like Juggalo shit, talking about bands.
Oh yeah, you're from the Juggalo community.
Yeah, but so when you come from that, and then the pandemic hit, and then they created Streamlabs where it made it available for everybody in the world to come on, and that's where a lot of things splashed.
Yeah, and I
didn't realize
that era was normal. I didn't know what the internet like that beforehand. I only know MySpace, and then I was offline for a decade.
Well, yeah.
I really didn't.
MySpace was different because that was your
Yeah.
that was
it matters
your
Leavenhall.
mainstream social media, so I'm a fluent millennial in that sense, but I wasn't on the way it was for a decade that my peers were. I literally only got on YouTube to watch music videos from home because I like to dance in my house. I did not watch streamers. I never got
the chat is pointing out that caused damage to the ceiling.
Oh, but it broke the ceiling in my bedroom where it never was there a Super Bowl. Anyways, they're just baiting. But
what I was saying is Rocky Randa. You remember the Rocky Randa show?
Of course. Where'd he go?
No, Rocky Randa. I'm assuming they retired because they took down 99% of their videos, and they haven't done anything in over 4 years. So, hey, I mean, I don't hold nothing against them. They did wonderful work while they were here, but they attacked me one time during like me and Big T when we first got in our beef, and it was like Trisha was running, and they pretty much told me in a paragraph in very short words. Be cautious, my friend. You're welcome to a world of pain. Everything about you is going to be exposed. and within a week later, people are popping up. My wife's kids, aunts, getting dogs, phone calls, all that. But it was the way that I was going at it. And then, I was also new to like doing podcasting and all this, whatever we call this.
Were you starting beef though, and like, or were you more reserved like you are now? Because I was always more reserved.
I was wild. Like we would get drunk and I would get crazy.
Bitch.
As far as like being malicious, I've never gone IRL on nobody. I will cover somebody's tragic moment that they do online or bad mistake, and they get upset by it because I have an open chat where people can respond. Except, I respect all the people that are in here saying all kinds of crazy shit about you, but at the same time, I'm not timing any of them out except for fucking whoever keeps spamming free whoever it was, Jeffrey or Jeff.
I don't get it. They'll keep making all of you, but then it's like I was laughing so hard I was watching it. And you're like, there's another one. Dude, when I went viral, I was in Justin's garage, and I had like 700 people doing nothing, and I'm literally just like banning hundreds of people every day.
No, that's fine. You're gonna have to bing all them. Just let them happen, because if the word's already out, their response is, no amount of anxiety or fucking, deleting is
At
gonna
the
change
time, it
the
was
outcome.
more just to keep my chat.
But what you should have did is the next time, if you decide to fuck up and go viral, you should reach out to the content creator that's covering you, and you should do an interview. Like at Tosh.0 Redemption, you can come on, like maybe Moist Critical has you going around to Parking Tones, Like,
they might cover me, but they don't give a fuck. I'm nobody. I'm not even big enough to be legally afraid of. Like, nobody cares. They'll say whatever. Whatever's hot, people will cover it if they're bigger. I've noticed that trend. It's
I promise you, if you go on YouTube right now and punch in the internet's worst IRL streamer, you pop up number one.
I know.
The world's worst.
You had fucking Moist Critical cover you. That's
and
pretty,
he got a lot
that's
wrong.
pretty
That
epic.
was annoying.
Yeah.
So did actually Law and Crime. The Stigmatized Police got things wrong too, and if I wanted to, I'd have legal cases against some of it, but because it endangered me with the way things were, but they didn't know that. So
okay,
it was
well
so
here, I still have some main topics I want to get in. We can go as long as you want, but I am gonna throw some zingers out there for you, and the zinger is during my disappearance and all that, I did notice that there's a video going around where your dog is shitting on an Uber Eats meal. Can you explain
that was at the beginning
Can you explain
of the homeless era.
The
That was
homeless
horrible.
era.
That was definitely not normal, and it wasn't. It was right when I first got
Dude.
homeless. Abby wasn't
It
used
was
to being in a car
worms.
like that, and so she likes long car rides, and she's usually fine. But she was usually always eventually going back to a bed in a home. So for us, I was trying to work. I was trying to live in my car and work, and I didn't. I'd also come back from Arizona, and I just come back from Cali, so I drove a while. I was tired. I wasn't thinking. I was working. I was just not mentally. Everything was chaos. Everything didn't make sense. I wasn't processing things. I should have canceled it, but I didn't think. I just thought, hey, it didn't hit the food. It's safe. I'll put it in a different bag. I didn't think about the live stream because no one's ever fucked my jobs like that. And nobody gave me compassion though, which is like when I made my friend, I would have expected the internet to lose their shit. They kind of did, but not the way they did with the dog thing. There was no compassion. Like, why was she in her car homeless? And would she normally have done this? No. And it was like, no one thought about that. They just like literally wanted me dead. And people made money off of trying to like get mobs against me. It was and it wasn't worms. It was diarrhea. I just used stress.
No,
it wasn't fun.
I get that, and I get. No, that is a good point. That is a good point. Well, here, can I be vulgar with you for a second? Hey, I do not remember. I don't remember seeing any clips, and I can say I've seen 90% of the most controversial clips, but I don't go into the deep relationship war. It's just too much. I already have too much of my plate.
It's not your business. So
At any given time, have you ever came out and talked about any people molested by a family?
Never. God, no. That was the one thing I never had to deal with.
Okay.
I did have super emotional and mild physical abuse from my mother, but I had a really relationship with my dad.
I recap Big T, and she constantly says that you did stuff with your cousins, you did stuff with your dad, all this stuff, and I'm confused because like
I don't have a degree.
She's saying that out of anger, directing it towards you. But when she's by herself and she like has like 20 viewers, nobody's watching her. She's openly admitting that her sister diddled her and her uncle's a molester. It's weird. And then she hooked up with a 15-year-old.
Oh yeah, she hooked up. She did hook up with a 15-year-old. She did.
She puts her bad traits on me and like took my good traits. That's what narcissists fucking do.
Exactly.
Like that's what someone we won't mention did.
I asked you about the age difference between you and Chicken Andy because she said that it was more gross that you were 29 dating a 20.
I've heard that.
Yeah, you were 29 dating a
Details
21.
though.
Well, hold on, let me say it. You were 21 dating you were 29 dating a 21-year-old, but she was 19 dating a fucking 15-year-old. Like you were 19 years old dating a child, and you moved in with him and lived there rent-free for 3 years. She met another adult on a streamer bus. I don't get it. Like,
so compare that story you just shared with this. Think about when she got on a crash on camera. It was worse.
She's a predator.
It never went viral. She never got even anything for it. I made a big fan base out of it. I didn't
That's
mean for it to
crazy,
happen
dude.
either. Also, I didn't have a kid in the car. Also, I literally, like, there's a reason I didn't break a law. Like, I didn't just get away. I didn't suck the cop's dick. I just didn't break a law. It was a genuine accident with me. But, like, with her, it was all bad. So it's like this similar situation. But, like, she doesn't want people to know that she's a piece of shit for that. So she's trying to put me in the fucking, like, a deflection. And I'm really not that bad. And also, I don't have kids involved. And my dog is always pretty well taken care of. Like, honestly, there isn't a comparison. It's always a comparison, though. And there isn't one to start with. I don't know what she's doing.
No, I glanced over the chat, so like, the example of me covering Big T, but the people that turn around and cover you for 5 hours, they're flashing. So it's interesting.
Oh, there's a big clash lately, and well, I won't talk too much more. I don't want to talk any more about the case or the X stuff because I know that's what you remember beginning of, but no, just because I know a lot of what you remember, it started with the end of an era that you weren't familiar with, so I get that you had to be filled in. So I'm gonna add one more thing. Oh fuck, what was I gonna say? I had a very specific thing I wanted to mention. Oh no, wait, let me think for a second, come on. Oh yeah, so I knew when I went viral and I brought the new fan base in, and then he doxed everything, and people were taking that and going with it, and it got crazy. I had a feeling that
bleeding out. Medic!
I have a specific
Hey,
plan.
Vegan, can you do me a favor? I've been chilling hardcore for the last hour and a half, but I gotta piss. I'm gonna go piss real quick. Talk to the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna finish my thought, and then maybe they can remind me of what I'm thinking, because my brain's like that right now. Okay. Before all of that fucking went the way it did, because I didn't know it would go that way. Oh man, I keep every time I thought I had a really important thought that was very nuanced, and I was trying to fill in a very important point, and now I can't remember it. That sucks. No, I'm not too damn high. I'm literally not that high. This is like literally like just very high. Actually, I'm tired though. I'm also mentally very stressed. Hi Zeb. Hi Beth. I love you. A really important, because Kelly doesn't get this because he wasn't around for this part of it, and I wanted to fill him in specifically. It was going to be the end of the whole filling in part of this, so it sucks. I forget what I was fucking trying to get at. It's okay though.
So after $17,000, what is the official blue book on your car right now? How much payment did you put in?
I paid outright for it. It was about $6K total, with like the extra parts, some repairs, tires. It was about $6K total on it.
How much did you pay for the car in the beginning?
I think 32 I sent Purple, and then the problem is that Purple didn't make sure the guy did the title right with the writing part of it, and then I had to literally send Purple all the way back to Sacramento from Arizona when we found out. I can't talk about it, but I lost thousands of dollars also because it was heat wave when it was that hot, so I couldn't stay in the car. And while we waited on Purple to fix it, I also had to pay a lot of extra money to fix things. That is where the last 2 or 3K I had that was left basically went. So that didn't exist because I never really had it. You know, robbed.
Alright.
But the rest of it, the car itself, and then I got a lot of
I know the viewers can see me, you can't see me because I can only share my camera. I need to get a secondary camera so you guys can see me. But out of that 17K, I want you to be honest, 1,000% honest. What are the side items that you bought for yourself that didn't go towards immediate improvement?
Yeah, so that already, okay, so that's right at the beginning because they didn't give it to me all at once. And that 2K, that extra 2K came 8 months before the other 15K. And that was over 6 months. And I didn't talk to him, I often blocked him, he would send me money, I didn't know he would send more. But as soon as I got enough to get a decent card just like this, I sent it to Purple. He found one he could work on that looked good enough, it was going to be a good buy. And it would also do, he got me the car, I love this car. But also, it needed things done, so also like I actually paid for all this stuff in advance. It ended up not getting used. I lost a lot of money to that too. I also tried to pay for my taxes. They wouldn't accept the document, so I lost money to that too. Anyways, lots of lost money, but I had money at the time, so I was like, fuck it, like let's just keep going, try just you know, whatever. I had mostly, so for legal stuff, I actually paid for legal stuff too, because that was important. I made sure my phone bills were paid. I actually paid those 3 months in advance. I did get insurance for Abby, but I actually canceled it because actually where I'm at is even a better program for like situations like many people actually have like grants for stuff that will help with Abby. So anyways, I'm like
I said, I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, right.
I'm breaking it down.
But also I have to acknowledge the chat halfway through. A bunch of the chat is saying that Purple pocketed some of that money. Like they don't feel like Purple was.
If he did, I owed it to him for letting me live with him and go through all that.
that he could have possibly broke off?
Probably 500 max.
500?
Yeah, because we ended up paying for a lot of repairs as well, and he also did a lot of labor for free on the car. It would have cost me thousands at a mechanic. Verbal is fine if he took even 800. I wouldn't have been mad.
Another question that keeps popping up in the chat, and I don't know why, and you can just say skip. That's all you have to say is they want to say, ask her why she never meets her nephew. I don't know what that means, but it keeps getting spammed.
So they're trying to trigger me, which is why I think we should stick to Skelly questions and not them. This is 80% people that really maliciously targeted my family, and I think it's funny. So honestly, like, it's been a great interview.
All you have to do is say is skip. That's all you have to do.
I wouldn't even acknowledge them if you want good answers.
It's something that's been, you know, the chat's been pretty chill.
Yeah, they want to see me go back to what they did to my little dog, baby.
I don't know what you did.
If you want me to get into it, you'll watch me lose my mind, but I definitely we should not even acknowledge them.
We're not going to acknowledge it.
They're particularly doing it on purpose.
I don't know the details, and obviously
I know you don't.
They think they know something, and you know something, so I'm not
You're not doing it on purpose, but that's why I'm saying fuck them, because they're not going to do good questions, they just want to trigger me and ruin it.
Okay, so my question to you is, going from having your place in Arizona that you had like, if you had to put together, like, how much would you say that your makeup and then all the stuff that you had stacked in that room, you had so much fucking hairspray, fucking all that stuff. It was like a whole beauty center with like a bed on the side, and then to give that all up to be in a car and be a minimalist, like, do you miss it?
I've always been a minimalist, but that's why I like my shitty little townhouse in the heart of 85251. I knew if I'd ever had a car that I could rely on, I just did bang on the internet and someone I love destroyed my life with it, and then the people I thought were going to stay next to me leaving me. It's awful, but it's fine. I know that I have been, this is why I believe in God so much right now. I think that even though the donator was kind of wild and my family abandoned me, I ended up feeling like, well, I do have the base, and even though we were wasting money on the car with stupid shit, I had the base level. Cool. I still got my job. I got a car now. Everything's good.
Oh, lay down, punk.
And even though I lost my shelter, all the things that could have been really devastating, and they were for a minute, I got over it because this is at least better than what I had, and it was really sad, like, how people really kind of kick you when you're already down, especially when you need help, and I don't like asking for help.
Damn, one dude's sit level 600.
I'm ready to go back to Arizona when it cools down, but right now it's like the perfect time to kind of spend time with Abigail that I didn't have before, and just kind of relax. Kind of just focus on being myself again, and then, yeah, when I feel like going live, like back in the days before things went crazy, yeah, I'm doing that again. But although I am still making more money now than I did before, I don't know, I'm just saying, like, I'm ready to move on from all the drama.
What do you think has upgraded that? Because, you know, back when you were on my table, or, you know, like, you were on my table of content, you know, for a lack of better words, when I was covering you through, like, the ski mask stuff. Once you started dating IBL and started going out in the street with him and all that, I quit watching you. I just didn't care for it. But,
yeah, it got horrible. It was really demonic, and a lot of people felt that way too. A lot of people left.
But since then, you know, you had the car, you know, you bumped the pedestrian or whatever happened, you know, that happened, you went viral. What are the new people that are pissing you off that are this, like, what is upgraded? I know there's a handful of people that cover you.
Well, it's not really pissing me off, it's the stalking that concerns me, and there were a lot of crimes committed.
What I'm trying to get from this conversation right now is people cover you, and I cover control. No, so check it out. If somebody's standing over here,
thank you so much.
You see one person that just covers you and one person that just covers Big T, they're trying to, you know, decipher the difference. But, you know, they get upset once you guys are flashing. Like, we're going on 2 years of you and Big T, and it's, you know, when I said, you know, the man comes 90%, the girl comes 10, I feel like Big T comes 90% of you, and you're coming 10. Like, she'll watch you for fucking 10 hours for you to talk about her.
I'm forced to give her 10. I don't want to give her even that. I don't want to know her.
I mean, it's like, but, you know.
But it's not really, I do not consent. We're not even dating because I don't want to. What? There's not even a relationship to have 90%. And why does she act that way? Honestly.
Bigot, have you ever thought about, you know, you're willing to travel, you know, you've already done the OnlyFans, you know, you're open to, you know, safe sex relationship. Have you ever thought about just doing adult content or getting back into it?
That'll trigger me, and I don't think you know why, but, so I've talked about it a lot.
I mean, you like to show off your body, you know,
I don't like to have
your
sex
nudes
with
are out
strangers,
there.
I actually don't want to talk about that. There's a reason I have lines on OnlyFans, because it's not meant to be like that, and I want to be normal, and I want to go back to my normal life, and this is all literally just supplemental, and it's meant to have lines, because sex and exploitation, I don't want to talk about it, but my mom,
No,
basically,
I'm saying willingly.
I was raped at the strip club, that's why I don't dance anymore, and I've never liked the sex industry. I always went to high-end clubs. I had my nose in the air, and then my mom literally, like, basically, I don't want to, I will not do.
Look, I'm not asking you to go down to, like, you know, the fucking Universal District and fucking stand in line and pivot videos to, you know, do another video. I'm saying with OnlyFans, like, maybe you have, you know, a person that you know, put together something with, and then you guys produce content and start putting it on,
I'm not
you
like
know,
that. I don't like showing. I like having fun and having, like, outfits of the day. What I don't want is to have a moment that's meant to be private. I've never watched porn. When your body is next to my body, it doesn't matter how good you are in bed. It matters if I feel safe next to you. It's literally all that matters to me. I don't want to do that with a stranger. So, like, I would never fucking do it for content ever.
It's somebody you would build up camaraderie, like somebody that you would know. Like, you understand at the end of the day it's work.
Takes away the sacredness of even just fucking around. And I usually don't just have random sex. This is new for me.
No,
She has sex with homeless dudes.
I'm not painting you as a whore, and I'm not.
I don't think you are silly. It's just a little triggering for me, and you don't know why. And I'm just like, it's not your fault.
If you're already going like 65%, why not just go an extra?
Not though. I had private moments that were supposed to be not widespread, exploited. I told people they were traumatic. They didn't care. Obviously, everything in the sex industry, whether digital or physical, including my rape, are traumatic. So fuck all that for starters. If I did OnlyFans, I did it reluctantly. But then I started having fun. Yes, I like having bikinis. I like showing off, like, Suicide Girls type.
Look, there's no crime against wanting to be cute, you know? It's like, you
yeah,
can do your thing.
And I used to do that for free, but then I became a more public figure, and I monetized off of it. I just turned it into something like him did.
That's when I did the second interview with you. The first interview, we were just, you know, talking about just normal shit. The second interview, I said, listen, if you like IBL, let him do his own thing, and when he comes to visit you, he comes to visit you. But I said, get a pink room, set it up, and then, you know, go live, talk to the guys, you know, all the gooners and all
She
that
looks
shit.
gross.
Like,
Look at her. How is she gonna do that?
Up or whatever you
The
want
fuck?
to do. And I said, you could do that and you could get away with that. But instead, fucking 6 weeks later.
Stuff was already
Hold on. Instead, 6 weeks later, you're getting IP2 tattooed on your fucking shoulder and shit. And I'm like, where did the advice go?
I wasn't in my mind. It wasn't meant to go that way. I was traumatized, and then I was publicly exploited, and I lost my mind a little. And I don't remember a lot of it, but I do remember a lot of it. It's not normally how I would have handled things, but it was just all circumstantial, and it was new, and I didn't handle it well, and I don't think most people would have. But no, like, the long story short with that, basically, Skelly, is that what we both didn't realize, you and me, is that things were about to get a lot crazier in my life, and you were able to walk away and do you, which is great, but it wasn't your problem, it was mine. And everything that I never wanted to happen happened without my control, and it was hugely public, and it was insane. And now here we are, and I'm kind of just trying to move on from that. So it's like,
yeah, but
that's kind of when you left off. So you kind of probably don't even want to know.
I know, but like within the first 5 minutes of our interview, you're talking about sex this and sex that,
and it was worse than even at that point. I didn't know how bad it was still, and it was bad then, and I'm an idiot. But there's nothing to talk about. It just, I didn't understand how bad it was. I didn't think it would get worse. I kept. But this is TV, like, that's how.
Look at that, 8 multi-kill.
Stop for a second. Like what I'm talking about is like, you post, like, you know, I'm friends with you on Instagram. When I click on your Instagram, like, I'm scrolling through my feed, you know, I see a dog
I've always
video.
done that.
I see
Suicide Girls, my
yeah.
girlfriend did that. I like that stuff.
I understand that, but, like, I'm scrolling through and then boom, vegan's ass right in the fucking, like, I'm saying,
And
like,
everybody likes my booty from, like, the day Instagram started. I posted booty pics. And then when I became a public figure, I just monetized off it. That don't mean I'm going to show you my holes or fuck you, though. But I will... I've made money just posting literal selfies because guys like them in real time. It's like an exclusivity thing. Some guy, like, I do topless now. I was reluctant initially, but I don't give a fuck.
I mean, but I mean, I'm just being honest. But right now, you as a whole on YouTube right now is 50% sexual and 50% trolling. So like, when you're on YouTube right now, it's 50% trolling and then 50% the people that, you know, admire you, find you sexy and all that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have a couple of women viewers
There's an
that adore
interesting
you.
demographic that you wouldn't expect in there too, and it's a female demographic. I think it leans more towards the Zennial corner. You're my age, right? You're 90s baby?
No, yeah, me and you are the same age. We would have went to
Yeah,
high
so I
school
thought.
together.
90s baby. Okay, cool. So 09 graduation, right? Okay.
No,
so,
I was born in 91.
I was put in the class of 09 though, because that's 91ers. What
Year were you born?
Well, I was October 31st, 90, but I graduated with 91ers,
okay.
which is 09.
So yeah, you're 5 months older than me, 6 months older than me.
Yeah, but I was put in the graduated. I wasn't held back. I just was put in a younger class because I was born late in the year.
But overthinking it, vegan. I'm just.
No. The 90s.
The same age.
The point is the 90s babies. The older people that are millennials are called Zennials, right? So they're kind of a little bit different. They're pre-social media. Like, anyways, the point is, I love talking about this. We're not going to get into it, no. My point, though, is there is a demographic that is like that age group of women, and actually it kind of makes sense because when I first started in OC and I moved across the country, a lot of my girlfriends were 8 to 10 years older than me. Well, also at that same point in time, you bump it up 5 years or bump it down 4 years, there seems to be a very strong female animosity towards my age group of other women. And you see, like, younger Gen X women generally, like, I have a lot of Gen X women that I do really like. And I even,
right,
like, one of my best mentors.
So, hold on. I don't do OnlyFans. I mean, yes, is a man, is a human male. You know,
it's weird when guys do that stuff to me.
No. It's a human male. We wake up with boners in the morning, and we're just degenerate.
I know.
But as respect,
and it can be nothing.
You know, porn's free.
Damn, it's only a limited event for 16 days. That's fucking pathetic, dude.
But as far as OnlyFans
that is so pathetic, dude.
So you set it up, you start producing content. How many subscribers do you usually range in there, and how much do you charge?
It just depends if I'm even able to make private recs or not, and like usually
no, I'm just saying on average. I'm not talking about side deals, because of course there's always side things that go on, but like it's
well,
just
no private.
I have 67 subscribers and they pay $2.99 a month. You know, like
you're just asking for the sub count. Okay, I've had up to 50, but that was when I was like peak viral and I had just set up OnlyFans, so it was like I actually couldn't. When you and my ex and then Alex Mayers all told me to get OnlyFans, it wouldn't let me access the account I started, so I didn't get to start until 6 months after, and that was when I had started having issues with the car, blah blah. I was under people's roof with no car, etc. Okay, so that was when OnlyFans kind of peaked for a minute, and I had a photographer in Sacramento when we had a lot of really fun shoots, but I don't have a photographer or a room to really spread out right now. Even in the tent, people love my butt. That is like the centerpiece. Is the butt. And I
can't argue. You know, like, of course everybody wants a pretty face. We love the pretty face. Long legs go for days. Short legs are fun too. You know, titties are there. Titties exist. They're small, they're big. They come with all their different sizes, different surprises. Nipples, you know, they're there. They're there. Vagina's vagina, ass is ass, but the butt cheeks are amazing.
Vaginas are not just vaginas.
I am an ass man myself. But
a lot of guys are.
Shit's sick, dude.
They sent me there with when I had no money.
I know, but to be a young, attractive female in fucking Skid Row, like Skid Row.
I know.
Like,
Trust me.
But
guys treated me well. I hung out with a bunch of Crips. They were very
Hang out
smart,
no,
and they treated me like.
stop.
I didn't know it until afterwards, Kelly.
No,
I didn't know
stop.
it until
Shut the
afterwards.
fuck. You were hanging out with the Crips.
Unintentionally.
So hold on. You just randomly get dropped off and fucking
Well, they lived around there. They'd ask me to smoke weed if I wanted free weed. I'd go smoke some free weed.
The Crips, so they were all black or were they mixed race?
Mostly black. I had a friend named Cash who was
When was the last black? Hold on. When was the last black guy you dated? When was the last black guy you dated?
I don't.
But no,
Like, I've never really dated a black dude.
You seem more comfortable around black people than you do white people.
Not at all. I can survive amongst. I'm a chameleon.
How do you say not? I've seen streams where like you were streaming and you're in a room full of black people and you're the only skinny white female sitting in the middle of them and everybody's smoking and chilling.
I know how to handle flattery with the
You go down to California, you're hanging out with nothing but
They
black
give me more
Crips.
flattery than white guys in abundance, and I know how to handle it. I know how to handle it and be polite without
Get
offending.
ready. Approaching the jump window.
I know
I'm not asking you to call them an N-word, but when you're like going together and powering up with Crips,
Stay alert.
It wasn't on purpose.
can you show me the hand sign?
No, I don't know what it looks like. They didn't. We
You
talked
never-
about like
You never Crip
did
walk?
Cyberlaw and stuff. I don't know. I talked about nerdy things, and then they talked about music, and we were talking about content, and they were talking about people they knew, and I guess some of them hang out with Ray J, like Ray J hangs out with that crowd, and like I don't know, that was all. Really, we just didn't talk about anything crazy, other than like nerdy things and music. It's usually what I get people talking about because I'm into it. I guess maybe I'm just too much of a nerd. I don't want to know those things, so I don't talk about it.
Vegan, I think, look, there's nothing wrong with it. I think black women are beautiful, but culturally and personality-wise, I don't think I could get along with a black woman personality-wise and culturally-wise, but as far as beauty, I'll smash, you know what I'm saying? But
Well,
you
black
just said
women and
you're
black
not,
guys are
you're
way
not
different,
interested
you know?
in black guys at all?
Not really. I mean, if the right, like the guy that I was hanging out with a lot, I can't do big dicks. I fucked two dudes that were 6'4", and it killed me. It was too much, and they were white guys. So
She's sick.
Well, 6'4", like, what is the big dick, like above the knee?
I don't know. I just heard I was bleeding. I didn't like it. So I don't want to do a PVC. I'm sorry.
So wait, I'm not gonna sit here and rehash this because it's old as shit. But back when we did the glory hole,
Someone's knocking out a quick.
before you guys start filming and everything like that, obviously everybody's tested. Didn't you like at least go in like the green room and see all the people that you were gonna be working with beforehand and be like, hey, let's do this, and then start the scene? Or did they just put the
No, I wasn't
blindfold on?
there for that scene. I told him very adamantly I didn't want to do it before. He said okay.
Yeah, right.
And I had a surgery copay.
I'm done,
for it, and
dude.
I was, like,
Fuck
freaking
this,
out.
dude.
And my parents did not help me at that point, so I didn't.
Alright, guys, I'll be back later tonight. Later, broski. I'm out of here.